what you heard about me. But if you can't get
We
a dollar
officially
out of me,
streaming on
don't get a
YouTube.
like
I just
no
want to make
birds
sure
you
you
can't
know
see.
we do
Then
not
I'm a
own the rights
motherfucker,
to any of this
I
music.
don't
It's
know
for
what you
entertainment
heard about
purposes.
me. But if you can't get a dollar out of me, no Cadillac, no perms you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucker, now shorty, she in the club, she dancing for dollars. She got a thing for that Gucci, that Fendi, that Prada, that BCBG, Burberry, Dolce & Gabbana. She feed them fools fantasies, they pay her cause they want her. I spit a little G, man, and my gang got her. An hour later, had that up in the Ramada. Them trick talking in their ear saying they think about her. I got her right by the bar trying to get a drink about her. She like my style, she like my smile, she like the way I talk. She from the country, then she like me cause I'm from New York. I ain't that trying to holler cause I want some. I'm not trying to holler cause I want some bread. I could care less how she perform when she in the bed. Man, hit that track, catch a date and come and pay the kid. Look, baby, this is simple, you can't see. You rollin' with me, you rollin' with a P-I-M-B. I don't know what you heard about me. But if you can't get a dollar out of me, no Cadillac, no perms you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucker, P-I-M-B.
F-I-F-T-Y-C-E-N-T-N-S-N-O-O-P. Doggy style in your mouth for the 2003. And y'all know I'm from the DPG. F-I-F-T-Y-C-E-N-T-N-S-N-O-O-P. We internationally known and locally respected. Oh, what you know about me? Yeah, girl, I got my now later gators on. I'm about to show you how my pimp hand is way strong. You're dead wrong if you think the pimpin' gon' die. 12 piece with 100 chicks by my side. I'm down with that boy 50 like I'm down with Blue. We love you, Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I love you too. G-U-N-I-T-Z. Rolling with me. And the D-B-G-C. My partners in New York know how dog get down. I got my riders in court. Got some freaks uptown. I got my business in Manhattan. I ain't ever no way. I got some butter pecan.
Channel for Men's Fellowship to get more exposure. We have
so they can snatch these braids out and put my word. They love it when I get to
10,000 followers as of right now. Still growing it.
I don't know what you heard about me. But if you can't get a dollar out of me, no Cadillac, no perms you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucker, P-I-M-B. I don't know what you heard about me. But if you can't get a dollar out of me, no Cadillac, no perms you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucker, P-I-M-B.
Oh my God.
What up, George? Cool.
Microphone checker, swinging sword lecture, closing down the sector, supreme neck protector. Better want him, kid, Mr. Mepsa. Ballin' pop, about to blow his lid from the pressure. Too hot for TV, for cheesy. Too many wanna be hard, be easy. It's all in together, going all out together. It don't take much to please me. Still, homes are never satisfied like the Stones. We don't condone writing, see them selling crossbones. Protecting what I'm writing, don't clash with the Titan. Who blast with a license to kill rap recitants. Come on, in the zone with your nigga from the group home to Cal.
Fuck your lifestyle.
Put your lights out, get this shit to crackin', got you feeling with your pipes out. Time for some action. Surfing the avenue, mad at you. Where I used to battle cruise, back when Antoinette had that attitude. Cover me, I'm going in. Walls closing in. Got us busting off these pistols. My niggas got issues again. Same song, armed with the mega bomb. Blow you out the frame, then I'm gone.
Yo, I was going
Hey, Juan, can you hear me clearly?
cellular phones, doc meth, back in the flesh, blood and bones. Don't
Can you hear me clearly?
Bank loans and homegrown. Suckers break like turbo and ozone. When
Using my headphones.
Moonwalk, platoon hawk, my goons bark, leave you in the blue lagoon lost. True. B9's in the glove with Masood, D9 in the glove, right behind on the ball.
You give me your number, I call you up. You act like
you don't answer, bro. I don't have no problem
fucking me, but I have a
but I got no problem with you now.
Baby, you know I'm a take care of you. Cause you say you got my baby and I know it ain't true. Is it a good thing? No, it's bad. Dad. For good or worse, makes you switch. So I walk on over with my crystal. Bitches niggas
Hey,
put
Kiki.
away your pistol. Dirty won't be having it in this house. Cause bitch, I'll cripple your style. Now that you heard my charming voice, you couldn't get another nigga. Your coochie won't get moist. If you wanna look good and not be bummy, yo, you better give me that money.
Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry. I said, hey, baby, I got your money. Hey, dirty. Baby, I got your money, don't you worry. I said, hey, baby, I got your money.
Yo, so I glanced at the girl glanced at me. I whispered in the air, you wanna be with me? You wanna look pretty though in my video. Oh, dirty on the hat, and I let you all know. Just dance if you caught up in the Holy Ghost trance. To stop, I'ma put the killer ants in your pants. I'm the ODB, as you can see. FBI, don't you be watching me. I don't want no problems, cause I put you down in the ground where you cannot be found. I'm just dirt dog trying to make some money. So give me my streaks, ain't give me my honey. Radios play this all day, every day. Recognize I'm a fool and you love me. None of you better look at me funny. You know my name now, give me my money. Sing it,
baby, I got your money.
sing it, girls.
I said, hey,
Just sing it right
baby,
now.
I got your money.
If 31 is me, I think y'all should give him his money.
Baby, I got your money. Don't you worry. I said, hey, baby, I got your money.
Man. Yeah, Marquise, you be safe out there flying. Definitely be careful. Best wishes to your son with his races. All right, y'all have a great weekend, brothers.
Good evening and welcome to episode 54 of the No Filter Family Podcast. I got my brother over here looking like Bert. Mr. Waistline,
I'm gonna let you go. You're in.
I'm not sure if you can hear me.
What's going on, man? How's everybody doing tonight?
Chilling. Over here in the dark looking like she glowing. We got our homegirl Lou.
I'm naked. Not yet. Not yet.
George, what's going on, man? Bradley, what's going on? How's everything? What's going on, Monica? Preach,
We got
what's going on?
Hold on, we can't forget about the best DJ in the motherfucking world. You know what I'm saying?
What up? Good night, everybody. Good night. How y'all doing?
Peace. Thank you to everybody joining in. I see some new faces. I got my cousin Monique and her husband George in the building. I think that's kind of dope. They first time listening. You know what I mean? You know, we start off the way we normally do by asking Mr. Waistline, how was your week?
Oh man, this week's been, I don't want to say it challenging, but basically I got my state exam on Monday, so it's been a 3-week process. So kind of come down to the crunch. So I'll be prepared as much as I can be prepared. So, you know, I got a few more chapters to finish up, a couple more exams, and then go in it and then, you know, knock it out.
Well, once you hang up tonight, I'll talk to you again on Tuesday.
Yeah. I definitely appreciate it. I gotta go ghost.
Handle your business.
But besides that, man, just glad to be above ground. That's all.
Yes, sir. Life is for us to live. Mrs. No Filter.
Sir.
How has your week been and why are you going to be naked in a little while?
Well, my week was good. Weekend was good. Life is great, y'all. I can't complain, honestly. Like, I like how I'm loving life right now. Um, why I'm gonna be naked and momentarily because Trinette from Talk of Orlando is here. We're doing a girls' night with Unruly here, and we're doing some body painting, some photos, and you already know how we get down. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Shout out to Talk of
I'm like near you.
Orlando. DJ Geronimo,
Yo, yo.
talk to us about your week.
Uh, you know, actually, I had a lot of time this week because it was it's a really slow week. People just ain't crashing cars right now, man. Um, either that or they trying to take the money and drive the crash car the way it is, you know.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Tough times for a lot of people, so people trying all kinds of stuff.
Yep, yep,
But
yep.
other than that, man, no complaints. Life is good.
I agree. I agree. As usual, dealing with the whole idiot I work for at work. That's just always a trying thing for me. Other than that, my week's been the same. I got Mister Some Filter with me,
That's
so I'm
what's up.
chilling. He gonna get an education tonight. But I got it through my headphones. What up, preach? Anybody want to take a shot with me before we jump into these topics?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I literally got a shot. Look like a gun and everything.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm drinking beer tonight, so gotta
Bruh,
go light.
everybody, there's not a person in here who would ask you to take shots tonight. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Miss Becky, we're going now.
She been in the beach jet skiing all day, so she probably looked like
Ass all out.
having fun.
Sir, why don't you go ahead and introduce this first topic? Let's kick it off.
Who's doing an A1?
All right, so
Either one.
all right, so first topic of the night. How do you deal with the ignorant person? How do you deal with the ignorant person now versus when you were younger? So, a lot of people, especially in Florida, I mean, I know with the drivers, I mean, the drivers over here is just crazy. So, how would you answer that, brother? Going with you first.
Well, me,
Yes, sir.
I don't think it's fair because from being younger to now, I mean, I control my temper a little bit better.
Okay.
I just don't know if I can answer this question honestly with YouTube recording, but depending on my mood, they might still get pulled up on. Like, yo, hold on, yo, pull over, let me talk to you. I try to keep the fact that I have a job in mind, like make sure that I got to be around here for my kids. So I guess I would say I have some more patience now than as opposed to before.
Okay.
But for everybody in here that knows me, they know that can go either way. I got to be honest about it.
Okay. Got it.
You know what I mean?
DJ Geronimo, what's your thoughts? I mean, you're pretty cool and collective guy.
Man, I'd like to say that I'm a grown up. Um, I definitely think that dealing with ignorant people from then to now has changed significantly. But you know, I guess it all depends on who you're dealing with and what the situation is. Um, because there's some things that you can reason with. You can, you can reason with certain people, and some people there's just no reasoning with. And that's their mistake because they have no idea what they're about to be up against. But that's a last resort, though. Whereas that would be a first resort for me before. That's a very, very, very last resort. And unfortunately, I have to admit that if I'm out drinking, then that's you. It's like a Cracker Jack box. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Definitely changes the game.
Yeah.
Captain said you ignore ignorant people.
I mean, I could definitely agree with you on that. Um, I'm not a loose cannon. I never have been. I just feel like I have more now to lose. So I have to think twice about it versus when I was younger, um, how I would handle certain situations. Like DJ Geronimo said, it's just a case by case situation. Sometimes you can walk away from the situation. I ain't got anything to prove. I do know if you push me to my buttons and I don't have a last resort, I'll deal with it the best way I know how to deal with it. And usually 9 times out of 10 it doesn't go good. So I usually try to walk away or have a situation where I just let somebody know, look, this is a situation. I need to cool off. I'm gonna walk away. But just got more to lose now versus back then. That's where it comes down to.
When you really think about it, the fact that we could all say whatever we want, but the fact that we're sitting here having this conversation shows that we all show patience and we're all adult about it and handle our business. Otherwise, no one, we wouldn't be sitting here having a conversation about it right now.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, man, to be completely honest with you, meeting ignorance with ignorance actually used to be fun.
Yeah, not anymore.
And eh, I don't know about all that, but I'm just saying we like A1 said, we grown up now and we have responsibilities. If we didn't have those responsibilities, we'd probably be 10 times worse than we were when we were younger.
True.
You know what I mean? So we have stuff to lose, which forces us now to be more responsible.
Mm-hmm.
But had we not had these things,
Yeah.
who knows what the hell, So, and that's just the truth of the matter because I loved it. I love fighting. I love that stuff. Um, but when you have stuff to lose, you have people in your life to lose, you have stuff like that, you can't afford to be playing around like that. So you need to learn conflict resolution.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you are going to end up in that situation and lose everything you have. So,
yeah, no, that's real talk. Preach. You want to chime in on this?
Oh, I mean, it's the same. I believe the consensus is that most of us used to be a lot more ignorant than we were. I was extremely ignorant. I was very, very, very ignorant. Just if I felt any sort of level of disrespect and shit, because I was a foreigner. A lot of people know I came from England, so I had an accent and shit when I came to New York, and I used to get, like, when I was like 5 and 6, I used to get bullied. So from then on, it was on for me. I realized the only thing that would that people understood was physical violence. And then that carried over into my teens and then to my young adult years. And then but just like Geronimo said, everybody's saying it, like, we kind of got more to lose now being older, but man, younger, forget about it. You didn't have to do much of anything. And then it could go any way you want to go. So yeah, I guess like I said, you get older. In my 30s now, I'm trying to, stay free, stay alive, I guess.
Freedom comes at a cost.
Preach, let me ask you, did you get bored of it? Was it like to the point where it was like, I'm so used to this, it's like almost like I could just go manhandle somebody? Like, did it get to a point where it was like, not just that it wasn't worth it, but it was like, why bother beat this dude up when I already know I can win?
I took my homeboy the other night, and we were thinking about this one time. And every time he go out he bring his homegirl to the bar or the club, we always end up fighting. And I was like, man, just leave him, man. Like, why don't we just go somewhere and not fight? He's like, man, it ain't gonna be like that, my son, every single time. And I remember, and we started reminiscing about all the times we got into something. You know what I'm talking about? I was Mark, but anyway, it don't matter.
Yeah.
And just one time in particular, we was at the bar, leaned up on the bar talking some shit like two players do. And his girl was over there, and then Buddy was like, this dude was like kept pressing his girl. So okay, so you let your girl deal with that, right? But then when she's like, yo, he's not getting it, you know what I'm saying? So he came over and was like, what you talking to him for? You know what I'm saying? And Buddy was like, she's like, so Mark was like, yo, you need to leave my homegirl alone. He's like, nigga, fuck y'all New York niggas, cause da 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 da. And I just came up with that, wow, right off the ball. So I mean, because it doesn't take much. It could have been talked out. It could have been leveled. Could have had security, whatever, deal with Buddy, but. Nah, and it was just on from there. I mean, it wasn't really on from there. It was like a quick, it was just quick. But like I'm saying, but nowadays it might be like, all right, man, just get on out of here, man. Little fella, little young guy. But back then it was like, what? Immediate. It was like a light switch. I'm sure a lot of y'all.
So nowadays, right? Like in that same situation, how do you feel about walking away from the situation? Like, is that difficult for you to do, to walk away from it? As opposed to them leaving?
Nah. I can walk away from a lot more than I would have been willing to before. I can't walk away from, right now I'm more like keep your hands to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a kid and shit. I got I don't want to get sued by no bullshit. I mean, it's like I've seen how bad little shit like that can go. So a lot of things that I used to take really, really seriously is like, shit is not really that important. 2 nights in jail. Then I got to go go before court, yeah, it's much more easy to walk away. As long as you keep your hands to yourself and you're not wild, disrespectful at the mouth, I usually just try to like diffuse it, like, man, get the fuck on out of it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, like, what Mobb Deep say, I think it was Mobb Deep. If it's gotta be, it's gotta be. I'm with it. I'm still with it.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Hey, Juan, if you're talking, you're on mute right now, so we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, DJ Geronimo, you look like you got something to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that 9 out of 10 times you could see something coming. You could see something
Oh yeah.
Agree.
escalating.
Mm-hmm.
So your job is to de-escalate that situation, nip it in the
Mhm.
bud from the get-go. You let that shit escalate, it's already too far gone. So
Mhm.
you need to be able to recognize when shit's going south and stop it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You got options there. So
Especially now that
that's
I'm
all I wanted
older.
to say. Yeah,
Because when I was younger, I was like you. I didn't. Child, no, we didn't give a
yeah.
None. I had a situation one time, right, at work that made me kind of it put things into perspective because uh there was a whole this dude was basically, you know how dudes have a bad habit of like wanting to talk crazy to you around a woman to get to him or whatever. And he
Oh
kind of
yeah,
made a
yeah.
yeah, he walked up and he said something to somebody who he wasn't he speculated that I was talking to. My opinion, I think he liked it. He said he walked up and made some stupid ass comment, and I was like, see, he was a big dude too. My response was, see, this is how people get punched in their face. It was at a work event. We were on the job. Everybody. It was a work event, and I was like, this is how people get punched in their face. He was
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about? I was like, nah, don't worry about it. He tried to talk to me. I was like, yo, just leave me alone. Just letting you know. Now, I did better than I would have done back in the days. Back in the days, I would have, we'd have just rocked it. But I told him and walked away, but it was still at work. You know, walked away from the dude. Everybody's in a commotion, like, oh my God, what happened? And the next day, my boss walks in and goes, hey, so what happened? What's going on? I was like, nothing. He said, so what happened? I was like, what? He was like, yesterday. Like, the fuck happened yesterday? He was like, the whole situation. I was like, nah, man. This dude came, he said something funny, and I just made the comment, this is how people get punched. But I could have literally lost my job just off the statement. And I learned a lot about watching what you say. I think Geronimo said it earlier, kind of, choosing your battles, I guess you could say, like watch what you say and the who, so when to say it, because
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'd be like a little boy without a job trying to find one because I told the dude he can get punched in the face off of a comment. So.
I
Yeah.
agree, man. I'm
Hmm?
sorry. Well, I was gonna say I agree, but when you're younger, like it's different because age teaches you things, and job security, like wanting to keep your job, teaches you things, and things you can do at work, things you could do at home, things you could do in the club, things you could do in high school. So everything's different. But I know just to speak on that, whenever niggas do shit like that, that's some clown shit, and people do that shit a lot. Try to talk shit, and like if there's women around, try to get fly. You don't see it so much, I guess, in my elder years, but I remember back. That's clown shit. That's a great way to get punched in the face. That's a good
Yeah.
point. So I
So
just want to say that. I'm sorry.
we got a few more people that just came in. So
Yeah.
just to let you guys know the topic, what we're discussing is how do you feel about dealing with ignorant people now versus when you were younger? So that's the topic as of right now. Captain said, you goddamn right, Geronimo, but sometimes walking away doesn't work and you have to be ignorant. I mean, I think and that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes you can walk away, and like you said, you can assess the situation to neutralize it. But there's sometimes that people will just push you, and even if you're trying to walk away, it's just that one thing that they just trigger you. Because I know for me, like once I snap, regardless of how cool and collective I am, I just zone in and I just basically go blacked out, and I don't want to get to that point. And I think a lot of people have to know where they stand in life.
Man, it's a no. If you fuck with somebody that I deal with, just know I'm probably going to respond in the way you don't want me to.
Yeah.
That's just kind of what it is. We getting it popping. You know what I'm saying?
So we got Mrs. No Filter back. So let's get your input, sweetie.
Am I off mute?
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
ma'am.
Oh, cool. All right. We're still on the first topic, right? I'm
Yes,
sorry. I
ma'am.
walked away. So, how I would basically deal with the ignorant person now compared to when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
I shoot the heady. Fuck out of here. I'll bust your ass and ask questions later. I don't got time for that shit. And honestly, right now, that's how I should be treating people, real life. But I am doing a lot of self-reflecting. I'm a new woman and whatnot and all the other lay great shit. But trust me, I'm out still hot. It will forever be hot. I'm always going to respond. I always have something to say. Um, so
So
as far as
regardless,
me getting physical, I won't get physical with you right now unless I feel pressed. And honestly, me being physical is reaching in my purse. So ignorant person, I just don't have time for it. And I am a reasonable person, especially when it comes to different ethnic. Yo, I got holes in my tongue. Y'all know what I'm trying to say? Different
no.
races.
Different ethnicities.
But depending, like I treat people accordingly, honestly.
Okay.
I'll match your energy. That's just it.
So is that you just being you, or you just feel like you want to make that person feel what you feel? So you rather
No,
be
like I said, I reason. I'm different. I treat people accordingly. If you want some rah-rah shit and I talk to you on some like calm civil, we gonna try it calm civil first before it get rah-rah.
okay.
I mean, and that's just it. Like I'm not, honestly, it might be surprising. I'm not a confrontational person. I don't want that for nobody. I know what I'm able to do. That shit is lethal. So I'm gonna try to save a life.
Okay.
But compared to when I was younger, I wouldn't even think twice.
Got it.
I mean, shit. I've had confrontations with people, and it's just like the girl I introduced her to the concrete, and then that was just that. Reconstruct that thing, baby. I ain't got no time.
Concrete, damn.
To now, you can walk, you know. But
So can you walk away from the situation? You
I
mentioned
have walked away from situations as an adult. Like, yeah, I'm proud of myself. I give myself a pat on the back because I know I've been doing well in life. Like, I've been taking situations and just strictly just going with it.
okay.
I'm
Do
okay.
Do you think you can still walk away in a situation where you've been drinking?
Yeah,
That's good
Okay.
control.
depends on what have I been drinking. It's like nah, but I think that I'm okay no matter what. I always have a. I'm not dumb. I'm
Okay.
not gonna let. I'm not dumb. I'm not gonna let liquor get the best of me. And I'm sorry. I don't know who commented before it. I don't mean to attack anybody or sound any type of way. I don't know what was said, but like to me, I know better. I know better. It comes with the responsibility. It comes
That,
with it.
that's good to hear.
Yeah,
What I
I
want
could
to do is
agree.
I want to ask your cousin Monique and George. I mean,
Everybody
their parents.
froze.
Let's see what they got to
Everybody
say.
froze.
Wish I could draw your face while you're talking. Can I just let go now?
What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
And you can see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
No, I'm just agreeing with what most of you guys are saying. I mean, at the end of the day, when you talk about ignorant, I thought you were talking about like racism and stuff like that, which is difficult. I would say this for me, when I was growing up, I mean, I might have gotten in like one fight. I grew up in the suburbs, so it wasn't that serious.
Okay.
But now I feel like, in the workplace or out and about, I'll actually verbally address ignorance. And typically when I'm talking about ignorance, I'm not talking about somebody trying to fight me. I'm talking about somebody who is like, why you a black guy, driving a Tesla, or why you a black guy in this restaurant, or why you a black guy, like looking at you like you don't belong there.
Okay.
And so for me, I'll just start to address that shit and be like, hey, how you doing? Like when you walk by somebody, in my street and, they're like, wait, you live here, or you cutting grass? Like, what's going on? And I'll just like, make them stop and talk or whatever, even though they're uncomfortable. So for me, the ignorant people are people who, look at black and brown folks like we can't have and we shouldn't be here.
Okay.
And for me, I'm just, thanks to being married to a strong New Yorker, Monique, I've probably gotten more outspoken about addressing that stuff. And a LaRock woman, she, and if it really gets bad, I'll just sick her on them, so I could just step back and be like, all right, now you got the real thunder coming. But yeah, so that's what's more present for me these days, is that kind of ignorance and dealing with that kind of silliness. Actually, funny, we went to we went to like a nice hotel or something at one point, and this was like, we were wearing masks and stuff, and people were looking at us like, why y'all wearing masks? And this was like, off in West Virginia or something.
Hmm.
And so just, looking people in the eye and be like, yeah, I got a mask on, you should have one on too, like just that kind of ignorance as well. That's the kind of ignorance that I address these days.
Well, what I appreciate is because ignorance comes in many different forms. So it's kind of interesting that we all went to one type of ignorance when like there's the road rage, like you said, there's the people who are just I mean the word ignorant it means what it means. So it could be an ignorant waitress. But I do appreciate you kind of chiming in on that level because yeah, like I said, there's definitely more than one form of ignorance. I deal with a different level of ignorance on a regular everyday basis. Um, it's not a level of I'm gonna beat somebody up or we pulling anything out. It's more on the level of how do I deal with it. So a lot of times what I do in that situation, this is work related, is I vent to my people to catch myself. I hear myself speak. I realize how ridiculous it would be to respond to her the way I want to, and then I come back and I respond the way I need to more than anything. So you know, again,
Yeah, and I think you said a key thing right there. There's a different form of ignorance. Ignorance comes in all shapes and sizes. It comes in different scenario. Um, you could be in a work environment like you guys just said. You can be in an area where you live that a person might not feel like you should be there, or you can be in the grocery store and you might be in the lane that you shouldn't been, or park somewhere where somebody else wanted to park. So it really comes down to different levels. I don't think it's just one definition of one scenario. I think it's a pretty diverse topic. So, and I think we all deal with it at different levels. I think the people that you have in your life can definitely help whether how you walk away from a situation. Because let's just say that you're with a group of friends or you're with your woman and your friends are hotheads or your woman's a hothead or your man's a hothead. Chances are if you're not able to neutralize that situation or at least calm yourself down, you can just fall right into that situation. So the people that you surround yourself with can also dictate of how things are going to take place. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think we should all stay quiet. Don't tell the police anything. Let them do their job.
Yeah, but I think it kind of go across the board. What's that? So we got George. He said, "Much love to you guys, fam. This is really good. It's gonna do good." Okay.
He said he'd be back for the raunchy stuff. There you go, Judge.
Yeah. So
He wants.
DJ Geronimo, what would you be your advice if you were to talk to younger individuals or adults? I mean, how would you suggest for them to deal with today's society versus just being like, deal with it? Like, what do you guys give advice for people that are about to get in a situation that they shouldn't be in?
Huh. Um, uh, well, eh, shit, I might need to follow my own advice. Really and truly, I would say, like Neil said, the best way to deal with ignorant people is kind of to ignore them. But if you can't, one of the reasons why people uh, get into confrontation is, like I always say, is lack of education, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but if you can't think your way out of that situation, then you're probably not much smarter than the person you're about to get into that confrontation with. If you could talk your way out of that situation without physical confrontation, that says something about you and your IQ level. So I would definitely tell people, if you have anger issues, if you have issues where you can't um, walk away from something, then maybe you might want to go take a class in conflict resolution. Maybe you might want to go figure out, maybe take anger management classes, whatever. But at the end of the day, man, the best thing to do is probably just it not probably the best thing to do is talk your way out of the situation. Try your best to, and not only just like not get in a fight. But for all you know, you could probably change that person's mind and the way that they think if you do it right. That's
Okay.
my advice.
All right, we definitely appreciate that.
All right. And that in mind, Geronimo, you ready to roll again? We take this shot
Yes, sir.
that you rock. Just for everybody out there who's listening, the music being played is for entertainment purposes only. We do not benefit in any way, shape, or form with this, not financially. We are just here to entertain you. And Geronimo's good at what he does, so stop trying to block our videos.
Yeah.
Everybody grab your shots. Let's take a shot because we're not going to post this without him. We rock together. That's what the hell we do.
All right.
Shot,
Cheers.
shot. There you go. I like that shot.
All right.
Cheers, cheers.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. If I got to bring it to you cowards, then it's gonna be quick. Aight, all your men have been in jail before, suck my dick. And all the motherfuckers you run with, get done with, done quick. How the fuck you gonna approach the dog with some bum shit? Aight, they go to gun click, 911 shit, all over some dumb shit. Ain't that some shit? And niggas remind me of a strip club, 'cause every time you come around, it's like, what? I just gotta get my dick sucked. And I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, but I'm not him, aight, Slim, so watch what you do, or you gon' find yourself buried next to someone else. And we all thought you loved yourself, but that couldn't have been the issue. Or maybe they just saying that now 'cause they miss you. Shit, a nigga tried to diss you. That's why you laying on your back, looking at the roof of the church. Preacher telling the truth and it hurts. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Here we go now, 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 here we go, here we go. Now listen, some of y'all might know this and some of y'all don't. Some of y'all might get with this and some of y'all won't, but listen, let me clear my throat. Oh! Have mercy, babe. Ha! I hope you don't mind. Let me clear my throat. Special dedication going out to everybody here in Bahama Bay, in Philadelphia. Here we go now. Check it out. Yeah, rock to the rhythm of the funky sound. So I can get busy just one more time to the beat and you don't quit. It's that old school rap with that new school hit. Beat up like a pick up, pump up, the cool rap the rock. And I can still flip up the house. Every goddamn time I get on the mic, I go crazy. These out the CeeLo, Flex, and Doug Lazy. I bet you never knew, but now you know. I'm the undisputed king of this disco. And I never let the mic magnetize me no more. Cause DJ Cool rip up the whole damn flow. Now I'ma rock around with the greatest of these and swing it like a man on the flying trapeze. And if you don't like it, you grab on these. And now I need some help for the maestro, please.
Here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood, and people were behaving like they ought to good, there lived a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said. Me and you tonight, we're gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making the dash. They did the job, money came with ease, but one couldn't stop, it's like he had a disease. He robbed another and another, and a sister and a brother. Tried to rob a man who was a DT undercover. The cop grabbed his arm, he started acting erratic. He said, keep still, boy, no need for static. Punched him in his belly and he gave him a slap. But little did he know the little boy was strapped. The kid pulled out a gun, he said, why'd you hit me? The barrel was set straight for the cop's kidney. The cop got scared, the kid he starts to figure, I'll do years if I pull this trigger. So he cold dashed and ran around the block. Cop radios into another lady cop. He ran by a tree, there he saw the sister. Shot for the head, he shot back, but he missed her. Looked around good and from expectations, he decided he'd hit for the subway stations. But she was coming and he made a left. He was running top speed till he was out of breath. Knocked an old man down and swore he killed him. Then he made his move to an abandoned building. Ran ran up the stairs up to the top floor. Opened up a door there, guess who we saw? Dave, the dope fiend shooting dope. Who don't know the meaning of water nor soap? He said, I need bullets, hurry up, run. The dope fiend brought back a spanking shotgun. He went outside, but there was cops all over. Then he dipped into a car, a stolen Nova. Raced up the block doing 83. Crashed into a tree near University. Escaped alive, though the car was battered. Rat-a-tat-tatted and all the cops scattered. Ran out of bullets and he still had static. Grabbed the pregnant lady and pulled out the automatic. Pointed at her head, he said the gun was full of lead. He told the cops, back off, for honey here's dead. Deep in his heart, he knew he was wrong. So he let the lady go and he starts to run on. Siren sounded, he seemed astounded, and before long the little boy got surrounded. He dropped his gun, so went the glory, and this is the way I have to end this story. He was only 17 in a madman's dream. The cop shot the kid, I still hear him scream. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. Just another case about the wrong path.
This is how we do it. It's Friday night, and I feel alright. The party's here on the west side, so I reach for my 40 and I turn it up. Designated driver, take the keys to my truck. Hit the shop cause I'm faded. Honey's in the street, say money, yo, we made it. It feels so good in my hood tonight. The summertime skirts and the guys ain't canine. All the gangbangers forgot about the drive-by. You gotta get your groove on before you go get paid. So tip up your cup and throw your hands up and let me hit a party. Say, I'm kinda buzzed and it's all because this is how we do it. South Central does it like nobody does. This is how we do it. To all my neighbors, you got much flavor. This is how we do it. Let's flip the track with the old school band. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. All hands are in the air and wave from here to there. If you're an OG Mac or a wannabe player, you see the hood's been good to me ever since I was a lowercase G. But now I'm a big G. The girls see I got the money, $100 bills, y'all. If you were from where I'm from, then you would know that I gotta get mine in a big black truck. You can get yours in a 6-4. Whatever it is, the party's underway. So tip up your cup and throw your hands up and let me hear the party say.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm in the spot where I wanna be. Money spent, niggas getting bent, chicks in front of me. Just the way I like it. Honey's turning something. I got a seat up in the cut and I'm burning something. Fruities dance around a nigga and I'm peeling ones. Off the top of the stairs and I'm feeling buns. Plus I'm dolo at the table. I'm fucking with this chick with the fat fatty and the ring up in the navel. Dances around, she struts with the fuck walk. Touches her toes so she can make her butt talk. Do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at you. Know a lot of famous women seen none as bad as you. You's a real bad girl, a nigga need that. Sipping on your Henny, asking where the weed at. Let me put you on to something. You fucking with a big nigga, no frontin'. Yeah, so turn it around, let me see something. Fucking with me, the real is gonna be something. I'm talking lights, camera, action. I'm just singing, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Turn it around, let me see something. Fucking with me, the real is gonna be something. Yeah, I'm talking lights, camera, action. I'm just singing, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I love the way it's going down, she got the thongs on. She started bouncing more when she heard the thong song. Them high heels got them calves looking right too. Shorty, come live with me for the nitro. Shit, I'm only trying to holler, it's only right you holler back. So where you headed, let me follow that. And word up, I got plans for you. It's more than my tongue and my hands are do. The way you move to the music and make a nigga wanna take you up out of here, go somewhere and lose it. And your physique is off the chain, it's gonna be hard getting you off the brain. I mean, we could take a drive in the X5. The way you boogie on the floor, I know that's sex high. Use a timepiece, I'm trying to see something. So I get teasing in your front and let me squeeze something. Shorty, turn it around, let me see something. Fucking with me, for real it's gonna be something. I'm talking lights, camera, action. I'm just singing, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Turn it around, let me see something. Fucking with me, for real it's gonna be something. Hey, I'm talking lights, camera, action. I'm just singing, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. 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 Sorry, Miss Jackson.
A party ain't a party till it's red or blue. And leave it to my crew, it's gonna be player-proof. After 3 rounds, we gon' blow off this roof. A party ain't a party till it's red or blue. Shorty, who you be? You staring at me instantly as I walk into this city. I can feel you digging me with your glass of Remy. You had one too many, but still I'm impressed with your wild out Timmy. It's a chat over boo. See, I thought you knew. Ain't no delay in what I'm saying. Want me to rewind, select up, backtrack it one way. I said it's a party. I got to run all through. We more than 20 plus. You can follow if you choose. See, ain't nothing changed since the days of the queue, except the elimination. The one that you brought my crew, yeah, it's you. But you, I got to browse on through. You can catch me at the bar, being shady to my old crew. How I do, make moves like a shoe. Catch me on the rebound, maybe at the tunnel. No, a party ain't a party till it's ran all through. And lead it to my crew, it's gonna be player proof. After 3 rounds, we gon' blow off this roof. A party ain't a party till it's ran all through. A party ain't a party till it's ran all through. And lead it to my crew, it's gonna be player proof. After 3 rounds, we gon' blow off this roof. A party ain't a party till it's ran till it's ran.
I'm on a romantic call. I'm talking to my
Hey.
baby down on me yard. I'm on a romantic call. My man Pacha now go take the fraud. Watch this. Hello, mommy. Can I speak to Bobby? Cross the ocean, I'm feeling very lonely. It was sweet. Mommy waiting for me. I'm on the phone. I want to talk to my baby. Downtown love will help when you feel lonely. Him can tell you things make you feel sexy. I'm on a romantic call. I'm talking to my baby down on me yard. I'm on a romantic call. My man Pacha now go take the fraud. Watch ya.
I want him laid back, driving in his caddy, dressed in his khakis, hanging with the girls on 6 Abby. Extra sexy, want him all, I want him, but only I can flaunt him. That's right, I'm top gunning. Gotta be sensitive with the skin, understand you won't be in. Or should I say, never hit again? I like the cane, I take a 8 to 80 for my price that. Just don't let him play back. I'm next to your back.
I'm on a romantic call. I'm talking to my baby down on me yard. I'm on a romantic call. My man Pacha now go take the fraud. Watch this. My man is my baby. He's my number one when I'm alone. The only him alone me can leave man when I want. That's a faction only for me know when that outfit program. Me man is taking me roll like a lion and me real and pick up like a stallion. One man me love. I want man me program. Cause I him alone to outfit. Is the tension and tension and
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to episode 54 of the No Filter Family Podcast. DJ Geronimo, thank you so much. You're hitting us with that old school.
Yeah, man.
You know how I feel about that hip hop, so
I felt like I was back in the early 90s. That's when the good music was there.
shit, man. Not even. That's like late 80s when you start talking about Patra and shit.
I hear you on that.
I don't know if anybody's down, man. Take a shot with me. I mean, if not, I get it. You might want to pace yourself.
Uncle John, what's going on, man? Oh,
Yeah, he's on mute.
Hold on, Uncle John. You're on mute. Hold on.
Hello, sir.
What's going on, young man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
Super duper.
That's
Sorry
good.
I missed the last couple of sessions.
No,
I
it's
had
all-
technical difficulties. My computer died on me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's nothing to do with your mistress.
No,
All right,
not
cool.
this time. Not this time.
I don't know. I heard you had a mistress with a wife on the side.
All right.
I was just joking.
You just have to worry about when 3 things are late: your mortgage, your wife, and your mistress.
All right. We're going to take a
All
shot.
right. Cheers.
All right. So, what we got to talk about next, brother?
Got a question, man. When looking for a mate, do you look for someone with qualities that are like one of your parents? Like, are you looking for a woman that does certain things just like your mom, or I guess for the ladies like Lou and Miss Becky, Mrs. Sweeney, are you looking for a man that has qualities very similar to your father?
That's a strong topic.
Yes, sir.
Let's get some seniority in here. Uncle John, bring it back to you real quick. We got to get you off of mute.
Okay. So you mind?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So
Yeah.
when you were looking for your wife, I mean, I know you were my aunt, love her to death. But what were the qualities? Were you looking for someone like? I mean, how was it back in the day? Did your parents say we want you to date somebody like us, or what were the character traits that you were looking for in comparison to your parents?
They would never suggest that I look for somebody like that, but you have a tendency to think of compare some of their qualities with your parents that you like, and then then you go for the other qualities. You're never going to find anybody a carbon copy, and I really don't want to find a carbon copy of my mother.
And I swear up, ain't no carbon copy of your mother.
These walls have ears around here. Yeah. But you look around and you see what qualities a person has, and then you may tend to compare them to what you like and what you don't like. And like I say, I never wanted to marry my mother. So.
All right, so we definitely appreciate that. Mr. No Filter, how about yourself, sir?
It's funny, right? Let me see how I say this properly. I didn't look for it, but I have found that I had somebody I used to talk to who had features. I had two people in my life who, what I realized like later on, I was like, they kind of remind me of a picture of my mom when she was younger, which felt weird to me because I'm not trying to have an Oedipus complex. But I've also dated people without I don't do it on purpose, but I do think I end up having strong feelings for people who um are just like who have a lot of qualities of my mom. Not just like everybody's different, but they do have strong qualities of my mom. So I guess I definitely don't look for nobody who has qualities like my dad because obvious reasons. But excuse me, but no, I have one of the things I look for is like in women is like somebody who's like very like when I say has compassion, like genuinely cares for people overall. And I found myself attracted to those types of people, like really big hearts. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I do. I think the answer is yes, just not on purpose. Geronimo, you look like you want to go.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready for this
Hold
one.
on.
Am I? My answer is yes. My answer is yes, and my answer is yes because growing up, my mom was on the heavier side.
Okay.
All right. My mom is very light skinned. Um, and growing up in, I realized that I'm attracted to thicker, light skinned women with black hair, right? Um, the thing about it is that's initially what you like in somebody, or like the physical attributes is the first thing you see. But as you get older and you start to experience different people, then your choice may change. But initially, that first when you first start getting into checking out the opposite sex, I think that you find people that are very similar to what you're comfortable with, like Miss Sweeney said.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for women, it may not be so much the physical attributes, but the way how men are, right? They if they grow up with a male figure, and that male figure treats them a certain kind of way, it shows them a certain kind of love. I think that that's something that they're going to be looking for if it's a good thing, not it's not an abusive relationship, but you know, um, definitely it helps whoever the person is, I think, if their attributes are similar to perhaps the father of the female or whatever. And us men, we're more physical, and we're more attracted to the more physical attributes. Um, but that's just my opinion. But that's just my personal experience.
Okay. Well, we definitely appreciate that. Um, I know for myself, I mean, my mom's a strong woman, so she's bad in certain areas. but like you said earlier, I mean, I kind of gravitated towards similarities, and I didn't realize that until me and my sister had a conversation on the past relationships of women that I gravitated towards. So, it was something that I had to like kind of really just figure out, why was I being gravitated towards that, and we figured it out that it was because of certain characteristics that my mom had, and not saying that I love her to death, but there's certain things about her that just drives me crazy. Now, you know, I mean, my father wasn't a part of our life, so I knew the things that I didn't want that reflected his character traits. So I worked hard to just develop myself as an individual, whether it's spiritual, just being around older men that was like-minded, or just good role models. Never really had a good role model besides my Uncle John and a few other men in our family. Um, so with that being said, now moving forward, I just look at what makes me happy and makes me whole as an individual. So I think as you grow, you kind of learn what works, what doesn't work. And I think, but you just got to be in tune with yourself. So I think that really comes down to it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Like my mom's my best friend, and I talk to her about everything. And me and like my mother and I rock together. Like she's the person who calls me on a regular basis to check on me if I got something on my mind. Like if I had to talk to somebody about something that I got an issue with one of my no filter. I trust her on it. It's anyway. Having said that, the point I'm making is that I do. Like I think all of us, when we choose a mate, we're looking for that best friend, that type of relationship. I mean, correct me if I'm. What you got to eat?
All right, so Burnell made palau and pepper shrimp, and there's like shrimp cocktail. I made a coleslaw. We bought some rotisserie, however you say it, chicken. And then
So
we have like fruits and vegetables platter.
So you eating good?
Yes, of course. You have
Cool.
women together, we're eating.
You know what? That's another topic.
Oh gosh. But what we're gonna do is Shanelle, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get your input. So when looking for someone, the topic is, when you look for a mate, do you look for someone that has qualities like your parents?
She Kelly can't hear us. There's a lot of noise.
Okay.
What was it? I'm sorry. What was the question?
When looking for a mate, do you look for someone with the qualities like your parents?
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, like especially my father.
Okay.
Like my father can fix anything.
Okay.
Anything. And the man that like I notice that I get very attracted to are Mr. Fix-Its.
Okay. So they got to be a handyman.
However, I will not fault a man for not being able to do it as long as he's able to like fix it because he has the funds to do it.
That's fair.
So either we fixing it tomorrow because you getting your hands dirty and you Googling and you figuring it out, or we getting it done tomorrow because you've done paid for somebody to come and fix it for me.
Okay. So either he's got to fix it or he's got to pay to fix it. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, but that's not like my break it, like my deal breaker. It's just something that I notice.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Well, we definitely appreciate your input. So with that being said, go back to you, brother.
Oh, no. I thought that was very interesting because we're talking about it from the man's point of view, and I think it gets weird at a certain point. But hearing her talk about like wanting somebody who fixes everything, I think that that's kind of puts the conversation in perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, DJ Geronimo said that earlier.
Yeah. I agree. You did. It's just they make fun of people that, like I said, there's a whole thing called the Oedipus complex when they talk about you being attracted to somebody like your mom.
Okay.
and I don't see anything wrong. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but I mean, that was written in a couple, books and shit.
I've heard of it before. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But again, all three of us, like Jerome, you and I, Captain, our preach, our moms are amazing. David as well. Like
Yeah.
our moms, shit, Aaron, you know what I'm saying? Our moms are amazing. So if we all felt that way, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. So let's get Miss Sweeney on the line because I told her we're gonna bring her on.
Hey, good
What's going on,
night.
Missy?
Nada más. Here
So you
chilling.
so you said hell no?
I said, heck no. My dad was absent, so hell no, I'm not looking for a partner like that. That nigga left. Oops.
He was ghost.
He wasn't the most responsible. I don't think my parents were, intending to have children together. It just kind of happened.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be looking for a partner in that way.
So did you have positive, well, let's just say male role models in your life that you looked at them and kind of
One, my grandfather, like I ended up living with my grandparents for a little bit. So I was listening to, I think it was Geronimo saying that, when you're looking for a partner, you're looking for some kind of balance and stability. And I think that would be the one thing that I could point out for my grandfather is that he's just a very stable person. So
Okay.
in terms of looking for a partner, I would definitely be looking for some form of like security
Okay.
and some kind of balance. My dad was not that.
Okay. So being that you are married, do you feel like your husband has the qualities of your grandfather?
Um, hmm. Some things yes, some things no.
Okay.
In terms of being very, like I said, stable, like he's very level-headed. My grandfather was very level-headed.
Okay.
But aside from that, not really.
Okay.
No, I kind of pave my own way, look for my own. I had the opposite problem. I'm like, okay, let me see how my people are. I'm looking for the opposite of that. Like we need some balance
So you
in this
you kind
thing.
of did trial and error then.
Yeah, like we definitely needed to balance some of this out. Like our scale tips hard to the left. We need somebody a little bit to the right.
Gotcha.
As I got older, I developed a relationship with my father, and it's more of a friendship than a parent-child relationship. So now I can say like, yeah, I definitely want my partner to be more of a friend, but growing up, nope,
Okay.
nope.
Well, we definitely appreciate your input. Looking at Miss Becky. Miss Becky, what's going on, Missy?
Hey, good. What's up?
All right, good night. So have you heard the topic?
Yeah, I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so we won't force you to talk.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So DJ Geronimo, with that being said, I mean, you made a lot of valid points. So, I mean, given the fact that I think you're exposed to your environment, and some people have been blessed to have their parents there. So, what would you say about those who don't have both parents? Like, do you feel that it's a common thing that they'll just gravitate to the next best thing?
Um. Well, you said the next best thing, right? But then how do they know what's good if they don't have anything good in their lives? I think that um, you you as a person, you're going to look for um, good attributes in a person, even though you may not know exactly what you're looking for. But people are going to go off of feeling, right? They're going to go off of what feels right.
Okay.
A lot of the times it may feel good in the beginning, and as you go along, you realize that this is not for me. So that's why I was telling her she was more along the lines of trial and error. You know what I mean? People have to try and fail. Especially if you start dating young, you also just have to date, and especially as with, like for women, I tell women all the time especially when you're young, date as much people as you can.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to sleep with all of them, but date them all and date them all at the same goddamn time. You know what I mean? Fuck the stereotype. Fuck what people think. You know what I mean? You're looking out for you,
Yeah.
and because if you don't do it that way, you're just gonna date them all one by motherfucking one, and that's going you wasting your time. By the time you find what you're looking for, you old as fuck. So
No, we definitely appreciate that. Let's get another married person online. Hey, Aaron, you there?
Bro, how can you not say AA, Ron? Why is that so difficult for you?
Because I purposely do that. So, the topic is when you're looking for a mate, you look for someone with the qualities like your parents. So, being that you are married, do you feel like you were looking for qualities like your mom?
I mean, no, like not like my mom. I mean, there's certain qualities that like my mother had that I liked, and so you kind of look at some of those and you gravitate towards some of those qualities, and there's certain things that you don't like. So you kind of like all of us, now that like I'm married and I'm a parent, so you try to like take the good and the bad, from when you were coming up, and you try to apply that to like how you live your life, you know what I'm saying? So you look at your parents and the way they were together, and then you take the good of that and say, oh, I want that, and then you take the bad aspect of that and like, oh, I don't want that shit. So you kind of put that in perspective. But to kind of it's interesting because I actually just read something the other day about what Geronimo was just saying, and it was some deep shit that I read that was like it tripped me out. But it was talking about relationships, and it was talking about how you like what everyone deems is their ideal person that they try to find.
Okay.
And so they went through, and this guy just went through and was like, I want this, and this, and this. And they're like, yeah, how did that work out for you? He's like, what you mean? And they're like, if you continue to keep looking for the same thing, but yet you never actually find a partner, maybe you actually don't really know what you need. And so if you continue to say, like, I want this type of person, I want this, she's got to have this quality, this quality, this quality, but yet you're not married, you're not happy, you can't stay committed. Sometimes you don't know what you actually need until you get with someone, and it's the whole opposites attract thing. I don't think it's just as clear as that, but there's certain qualities about someone that you would never imagine that you would like be with. And so they started asking people that were happily married, and they're like, when you first started dating when you were younger, you know does your current wife have all the attributes that you used to look for in a woman? They're like, hell no. It's just completely opposite. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when I look back and I look at like all the different women that I dated, they all have.
That sounds like a lot.
I tell you what, one crazy thing about me, y'all were talking about. You just asked Geronimo about, is it different having one parent, two parents? Well, I can count every single fucking chick I dated. They all got daddy issues, and I don't know if that's what they're attracted to me. But I ain't never had a girl that had a father, so I don't know what to say. So
I'm not laughing, but
all of them had daddy issues or whatever, and they just felt comfortable. I don't know, but it's interesting that people, like, I agree with what Geronimo was saying. Like, people really don't know like what they really want until they have something that makes them feel good, and then they realize, damn, I never knew that I wanted someone that would like challenge me intellectually. You know what I'm saying? Like, physical stuff that's not what I'm talking about, because that you like what you like. Like, it's not one day you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't know I like women with big titties. Like, that's not. I'm talking about like, like you didn't know that you would be attracted to someone that was like, family oriented, or they were supportive, or like like they kind of pushed you and drove you to be better. Like, that's the kind of stuff like some people don't know that they're lacking until they experience it, and then they're like, damn, because I'm telling you, that's the main reason why me and my wife got together, was because of something like that. Like, we've always been good friends, which I think is like the biggest and most important thing, is to have that friendship. But then, like, when you have someone that's like right there and they're supporting you, and they have more faith in you than you do, when you're kind of down and out and you're questioning like what's going on, but they're just like supportive 100%, and they're just like, yo, don't worry about it, you'll get out of the rut. Like, that to me, that's like, that's everything. And that's kind of what I got out of with my wife, because shit was like rough, and things weren't going in my way, with everything and like that. But she just like, hey, don't worry, I got you. I'm with you. I believe in you. I support you. And so to have that kind of like, push and support from someone, to me, that's ultimate right there. I
So,
can
but let
go.
me ask you,
Yeah.
does that not seem like something that you like? There's not a is that not a quality that your mom has?
That is a quality that my mom has that I never knew was important to me. That's
Mm.
what I'm
Got you.
saying. Because
Ah,
growing up, that is something that I did not realize my mother was doing until way after the fact. Because that was something that when you look back and you're like, damn, like you were the one that pushed for this and pushed for this and pushed for that. And my father was the type of person that never acknowledged it.
Mm.
And to him, it wasn't important because of there's certain type of alpha male mentalities that they're just like they don't really care. Like they're like, yo, you could tell me that you love me or not. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So when you have that type of mentality, like you don't need that type of support, or because you don't really care. And so even though it helps you, even though it's kind of pushing you in the right direction, you just don't acknowledge it. And I'm being honest, man, I didn't even realize all that until like my parents split. And then I started like listening to my mom when she was kind of like venting and stuff like that. And I was like, damn, you're right. Like when I was like, 13, you were doing this and you were pushing for this, and just 100% supportive, bro. I mean, that was a quality I just never thought that was going to be so important to me. But that's some of that stuff that in the back of your mind, since you're exposed to it, it's ingrained in you, and you don't even realize that it's important until you start to experience it yourself. So that
you
to
know,
me, that's the biggest thing that I think people get from their parents. And I think it's stuff that's ingrained in you that you don't even realize. Like even people that have bad relationships, for a fact there's certain things you just won't deal with, whether or not subconsciously it, but it's ingrained in you. So when you start getting someone that's treating you similar to things you saw when you were younger, you're naturally probably gonna be like, yo, this person ain't for me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it's I think everyone's impacted, and it doesn't really have to be a parent, bro. It has to be like a positive, older brother or sibling, or a father figure, or whatever that you had in your life that impacted you like that. I think that all plays into a role of how you mold yourself, into how you find your partner.
so what's funny is that my mom just jumped in, so she didn't hear the first part. But I do want to throw something into the mix. Is are there certain qualities of your parents that you try to stay away from?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You
100%.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at what point does it become conflict? Because like I'm looking for somebody who's like this, but also I'm making sure that they don't have this, or I'm making sure I'm not like this. You know what I mean?
That's a good thing though. That's a check, man. Like you, like I said, there's certain qualities that are personality traits, right? And so like you have certain things about you, the quirks about you that some people like, and then other people don't. And then same thing with me. I have certain things about me that people like, that people don't. But there's like ethical and moral qualities that's just generally like those are just good qualities, and across the board, people should have those. So when you start experiencing things or seeing things that morally was wrong, or just ethically was wrong, like those are the things you'll try to stay away from. Or personality traits that are toxic and stuff like that. Those are things that you'll try and stay away from. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I think that everyone, you know, unless you're a really fucked up person, bro, and you're just like, yo, I just want to be a badass dude, I don't give a shit, then I mean, yeah, whatever, to each his own. But I tend to learn from everything that I've experienced and gone through, and try to apply that to everything, to work ethic, to kids, to my wife, and try not to repeat, shit that I experienced when I was younger.
Cool beans, cool beans. I appreciate it, Mr. Ron.
Yeah,
I know
man.
how to say it. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
all this
I
is
Hey,
on some.
definitely appreciate it. Geronimo, you look like you got some stuff to talk about, brother.
Yeah, I was asking. I was just saying that all this is on some deep shit, right? But What about the physical shit? Like, you know,
Oh,
like I said, my mom, she's light skinned. You know what I'm saying? I like, well, now, the preference, I guess, on the lighter side, but don't really matter. But also thickness, the size,
you like the
breast,
curve.
ass, the leg thickness, all that stuff. They got people that like skinny women with big boobs, flat ass, all that stuff. So all that have to do with who your parents are, I think, Chief.
This is gonna be weird for me to say because my mother's listening, but I guess that even now after going through, I'm in my 40s. And I've lived. I've dated tall people, short people. But yeah, I think that right now my preference is somebody that's shaped sort of like my mom, like short. My mother's not tall; she's short. You know, all of the above. So yeah, that's kind of weird to say, but it's the truth, and there's no filter, so I'll do it.
So it's funny that you talk about that. So I'll go in. So my ex-wife, it's actually really funny because my mom she's top heavy, right? She's really short, like 5'2", 5'2". Yeah. So my ex-wife, she was 5'4", 5'5" ish, probably. But she also was top heavy. But that didn't work out. But my fiance, she's opposite. Oh, my mom just texted me right now, so she's listening in right now. So my fiance is completely opposite from my mom, shape wise. So I've realized I'm an ass person.
Yeah, but everybody's talking about who they with. That's irrelevant, right? There's
Before,
many reasons for who you with. Nobody cares about that. That's not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about right now is what you're attracted to, right?
Oh, no, no, no.
Like, I mean, and
I give you all of them.
huh?
I'm not with nobody, so when I spoke upon different realms.
No, because everyone's saying that
did I
his
not
mom
answer it
is the
correctly?
opposite. No, you did answer it correctly. But what I'm saying is, we're not talking about who you with or who you end up with. Also, Miss Sweeney said the same thing. She's saying that her dad is 6'5", but her husband is 5'8", right?
Okay.
And the thing is, there's many reasons why you're with the person that you're with, and I'm pretty sure you're physically attracted to them as well. And but what I'm asking, it looks like somebody's. Yeah, I think your uncle wants to
You,
say something.
you want to talk, Uncle John? Okay, hold on.
Just give me 1 second.
Okay, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, don't take the question too personal, right? The
Okay.
thing is what you're attracted to, in general. So it may you may be with somebody that may be short, but you still, you know would be attracted to a taller person. Maybe you are attracted to more taller people, but you end up with a shorter person. I mean, that
So
person might have characteristics out of this world that blows the taller people out of the water. Um, but physically,
I get what you're saying.
you see what I'm saying?
To answer the question better, let me take that back. So my mom is she's lighter than me. So I'm the darkest in my family, but I've always been attracted to women of um, like darker skin, if that makes sense. But I've dated women of all. Well, let me not say date. I've had relation with women of different colors, so it's not like one over the other. I've always been more attracted to women that had darker complexion, if that made sense. Um,
You said you've been attracted to darker women.
yeah,
That's what you're saying. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So does that answer your question?
Well, I guess there's no real answer, right? You're
Right.
attracted to what you're attracted to, but is your mother's light skin?
She's darker, but I'm
She
I'm
okay,
darker than her. Yeah,
okay. So
but
She's darker, but you're darker than her because you're not dark.
you're not really
yeah.
that dark, bro.
Have you seen my siblings? All my siblings.
No, just because you're lighter than your siblings doesn't make you dark.
No. My siblings are all lighter than me.
I know that, but that does not make you dark. That's what I'm saying. So when you say your mom is darker, but you're darker than her, you're not dark. So what I'm saying is dark. I'm talking about like, for instance, like Mrs. No Filters is darker than you. You know what I'm saying? So let's just when he says, "Are you attracted to lighter or darker women?" We're not going based on your siblings. We're going based on society in a whole.
So to answer your question, darker woman. Yeah.
There you go.
And Miss Sweeney is something else. So she actually she's getting what I'm saying, right? She's
So she's
saying that
attracted more to personality.
she's more attracted to personality. In the physical, taller men would be more ideal. But hey, so she gets what I'm saying. And then she turns around and says some shit like this. It does make sense. Chocolate is good for you.
All
All right, let's hear from Uncle, man. He's been waiting.
All right, Uncle John, go ahead for it.
Okay, my point is that when you go out and you're going to an affair, a social affair, parade, or a club or something like that, at least me, I didn't go looking for people with attributes like my mother. I went looking to see what was out there, what crops are out there, and so you don't know what they think like until after you've been with them. So essentially, you are looking for somebody that's pleasing to your eye, that's acceptable, and later on you might find some attributes, but
Yeah. But I also think that it's subconscious, though. I don't think that you're conscious of it. That's the whole thing. I think that it's something that you grew up accustomed to, and as you get older, thinking back, you'll be like, oh yeah, this person remind me of my mom. I was attracted to this person, and even now, like you're attracted to this type of person, and they remind you. I'm not saying everyone, but I think a lot of the times that's what happens. It's like they're not conscious of it, but if you really sit down and think of it, and then you look at it, you'll be like, oh yeah, like I realize that I'm attracted to people that.
and I agree with you, because the fact of the matter is, when you are out there looking for someone, what's the first thing in your mind? The first thing in your mind is, I'm attracted to this person because of what? The way she looks, her complexion, the way she dances, the way she talks. Will she even respond to you? And then you have to get into your mind and say, well, wow, what do I like about her? And then you start making comparisons that way. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah, I got you.
Got you.
And we're gonna hold on. We have someone make their debut on our show tonight, and it's nice to see your face, Miss Sweeney. After seeing the boat for so long.
Hold on. Let everybody see what you look like. Hey, welcome.
I've never seen Mrs. Sweeney actually in motion. It's only been in photographs. This is cool. I'm taking a shot for this. You're celebrating Mrs. Sweeney.
I'm like, that boat ain't even moving, bro.
Welcome. So we definitely got Hess in the building.
Hey, real quick before we get to Hess, I wanted to talk to Melanie. She wanted to jump on.
Okay.
I'm here.
Melanie.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this?
Okay. I've noticed in my past relationships, I've always not looking for the similarities to my father, but I've always ended up with somebody that has the same exact qualities. And I realized actually just recently that it was the worst decisions I ever made. We ended up clashing. My father has a very dominant personality, and I don't roll like that no more. I can't deal with that type of person. As far as being Mr. Fix-It and, doing stuff together, like I'm a real hands-on person. I like working on cars. I'll do construction. I'll do everything. Having somebody like that is cool, but the bad part of it was the dominance, the controlling, and it ended up being horrible. My father is a lot like that. He's an older Italian man and a very, very controlling person.
What is your relationship with your dad?
We're okay. We clash a lot. We butt heads all the time. It's like a not. I wouldn't say a love-hate relationship because I love my father to no end, but we don't always see eye to eye, and I guess I've just grown up a little bit more to be able to talk back and be like, hey, I'm not going to deal with that shit no more. You keep yourself at your house. I keep myself in mine. When you calm down, then we talk.
Okay.
But I was always attracted to people like that without realizing it. I realized later on that, hey, this man is just like my father. I can't deal with this shit. It's not going to happen.
So what about the physical features?
I really didn't pay too much attention. It was more about how we interacted with each other.
Okay.
The I ain't gonna front. I've been married twice. Both of the men that I was with were a lot like I grew up. Hands on. We always did shit together. We always liked working on cars. We used to do jobs together, working on people's houses and stuff like that. I'm cool with that part of it. It's just that controlling part of the personality that was like my dad that I can't take. It wasn't really a physical thing. Now recently, I got into a relationship that I was completely unaware that it was going to go this way, because we were just hanging out and it wasn't somebody that I would normally go for. I mean, he's a nerd. You know what I mean? But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give this a try, because what I was going for turned out to be shit. So maybe this one will be a little bit different. And it's been great. So I know now I got to take a step back, if in the future, whatever happens with this one, I got to take a step back and say, look, it's a little bit too much like my dad. Let me not go there.
Okay.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mr. No Filter, you sent me some information earlier. Let's bring that on in addition to this one.
What do you mean?
The Petty Betty.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of goes along with the reasons, like what you do look for. But what is a petty reason why you wouldn't date someone? Like you were like, nah, I can't do it. Like nah. Like my mom always kept her nails done. Your shit is nubs. Nah, your middle toe bigger than than your big toe. You know what I'm saying?
Melody, what would be some petty stuff that you would have did a guy?
You might want to jump to somebody else first, because I can't really.
We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Miss Sweeney said bad teeth, petty or shallow. Bad teeth. So what do you mean by bad teeth? Like, hold on, let's get you on, since we don't get you on camera all the time. So what, like crooked teeth? Like you talking about yellow teeth? I mean, what are you talking about?
All of it. Yuck. Bad teeth. That's why I asked. I said, are you asking for a petty reason why or a shallow reason why? Because
they both petty.
They both shallow. Like, what if he was a good guy, but he just didn't have health care growing up? Like, things were tight.
then it's a no for me.
So what? So no.
What if
braces?
that's genetic? I'm not passing that on to my kids.
Yo, Jamaica Rose says, what if he walks with a limp or he stutters?
Wow. All right.
As long as that third leg is good, Jamaica, you should be all right.
Oh, preach.
Yo.
What's a petty reason why you wouldn't date somebody?
I couldn't think of one. I don't think, I mean, anything I could think of wouldn't be petty. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even like Shorty said, like teeth and all that. That's not really petty. That's some real shit. You gotta look at that person at the end of the day. And if you a kisser, you gotta kiss them. And you know what I'm saying? And if you can't deal with a snag or tooth or some missing teeth or something like that, that's not petty to me. That's real. That's real life shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Like, yeah, but she beautiful on the inside, but that face to face, You know what I'm saying? So, but to each their own. Like, friends, you know what I mean? So, one might be like, I don't want to do with hair. You know what I'm saying? Or like a bunch of hair. So every now and every few years, people know I grow my hair for just at random reasons. So that could be, you know what I mean? So, but that's not, it's not really petty. I guess it's the beholder. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you want. So.
Got you. DJ Geronimo.
If I take you out on a date and we out eating and you chewing with your mouth open,
Yo, I
hey
so
yo,
agree with you. That
if I could hear you
oh
slapping them
man, that drives
gums,
me crazy.
it,
You
br-
You
it,
know,
go ahead,
go
brother.
ahead, Jeremy. No, go ahead.
no, I was just saying like y'all have no idea the effects that has on me, bro. Listen,
What's it do to you?
it's like scratching a chalkboard.
Okay, I know the feeling with that. All right, that definitely makes sense. Go ahead, brother.
Is this wrong? Like, if you act too ghetto, I can't really do it. Like, if
Um,
you just like if you're talking and you're like, no, hey, let me get the crab leg, and like all like just too much. I just can't. Just like
so
because I don't.
you
If you
talking about
sound
like,
too stupid,
hey, you know what I mean? Hey, shouty, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I don't mind if you say not me. You ain't getting me in trouble with it. I don't want no problems, bro. I'm just talking about the motherfucker like they just come like they sound like they got roaches.
oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying?
Oh jeez.
I mean that's one thing. Also, like I don't mean to be mean, but a person who comes across as unintelligent, because we've talked about this on the show before. I'm a sapiosexual. If we're talking and your conversation is about Cardi B, and I'm trying to have a regular, intelligent conversation, and you're going back to what's on TV tonight on reality TV, and I can't do it. Like I won't diss you. Like I'll entertain you for the moment, and you won't be able to hear from me anymore.
So Miss Whitney said grammar, punctuation marks. So like when they do like short text and stuff like that, they got to spell out everything.
Like spelling your correctly.
Say that again, brother.
Like spelling your correctly or their correctly. Like using it in the right
Man,
context.
Yeah.
to to be honest with you, and I've had a conversation with somebody, and I was like, one of the hardest literal conversation with somebody I used to date. I was like, one of the problems with me trying to date somebody else is because they can't even text properly. Like, I don't see what's wrong with like everything is HMU for hit me up. I'm an adult. Talk to me. When you put it like you don't got no periods, commas, exclamation, like when you can't do these things, that's like scratching a chalkboard to me. That drives me up the wall.
So for me, it's like a person that does run-on sentences. Like that is like my pet peeve. Like someone just writes and then they don't know how to stop the sentence. That's definitely a big one. I wouldn't call it petty, but a woman that doesn't take care of her hair. I'm talking about up and bottom. If it like I gotta look at that. Take care of yourself. I don't care if you go natural or you got a wig on. Just matter of fact, don't be wearing them cheap wigs. That's something that bothers me. Like if you're gonna wear weave and you're gonna have extensions, get some good shit. Like get the horses that actually the owners took care of it. Don't just buy that weave that just look like you could just take a lighter and just burn it and you know what I'm saying? Like they come next to you and all of a sudden scratching you like you got like rabies or something. Like don't do that. Don't do that.
Damn. How does everybody in here like? What about a woman who like or a person? I don't care, man or woman. Like I feel like you should know how to cook or be willing to learn.
I'm okay
There's
with
certain
the
things
cooking.
you should be able to do.
I'm okay with the cooking because I love cooking.
No,
So
but you should want to learn, like, because that's something I wouldn't mind doing together.
I agree.
Is this petty? If you don't like hip hop, like I mean I can chill with you. I can fuck you, but but we can't be in a relationship. Like when I'm at the house listening to Mob Deep and you have no love, like it's annoying you. We can't be together because I might switch to like Sean Price after that, and you're like, I can't take this. How long is this gonna last? And there are days when I've listened to hip hop for a day and a half without sleeping just because I was in that zone. Is
I mean,
that petty?
I mean, I don't know because like I don't like down south music, and my girl she loves down south. Like I don't understand one word that they be saying. They be like, I can't even say the words because I don't know what the hell they be saying sometimes. And she listened to it. I can't stand it. I'll just walk out of the house. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm walking out of the house because I'm upset, but I don't want to feel like it don't make no damn sense to me. So that's her thing. I move out of the way. You know, I stay in my lane.
I'm with Miss Sweeney on this. If you cannot embrace my culture, we are. It's. I don't know if that's petty or not, but like if you don't like soca music,
That's universal.
no, it's not because not everybody in here is from the Caribbean or loves Caribbean music. Not necessarily.
Yeah. Uh, we got somebody got their hand raised, so let me get them on. One second.
Nada.
What's going on,
Two
man?
things. What up? What up? What up? Two things. Taj said if we can't hold a conversation, I don't think that's being petty. If we can't hold a conversation, we can't fuck. And another thing, what else y'all said? Y'all said that if they did that, no, Taj said if you can't listen to hip hop, like it's the same shit. Like if we can't clash on the same shit, like if we can't understand each other, if we can't get with each other on whatever level, it don't have to be my level, it could be your level, or it could be a level that we're mutual with. If we can't get together, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Loud and clear.
If we can't get together if we can't get together on a level, we definitely can't fuck. I don't think it's petty though.
Okay. What do you say a level? What do you mean on a level? Like what level?
Like when you say yo, if you was listening to hip hop all night, if you went from Mobb Deep to Sean Price and she can't get jiggy with that shit, my nigga, we can't get jiggy. Like that's plain and simple. Like we gotta be able to understand each other. We gotta be able to connect. Like love, or I'm not gonna say love, fucking, or getting in the bed. Let's put it that way. Get in the bed with somebody, right? You can't just get in the bed with anybody, man. Like we gotta be able to connect, because if we just get in the bed for the sake of getting in the bed, that shit gonna be whack.
So you
If we
never
do
had
everything right, we're connecting in the bed.
So you never had a one night stand that you ain't had a connection. She just looked good. You was like, fuck it.
Yeah, when I was 16.
I got you.
So let me ask you, Dada.
Mm-hmm.
Could you deal with a woman who didn't give that slow bob and soft neck, that Maggie Simpson?
A woman who did what?
Didn't give that. She didn't get that Maggie Simpson. She didn't. No, she don't do oral. She don't give head.
Nah, I'll teach her.
No, she's not trying to know that she does not do it.
She gonna learn. She gonna learn, dog. Like, come on.
So that's a deal breaker. She's not trying to learn. I got Mr. Filter behind me.
So
if she's not trying to learn,
she does not do that. Like, no, I don't do it.
I don't do it. Like, I'm not willing to learn. There's not.
No, I don't want. I've never done it. Don't do it. Don't want to do it. Don't put that near my face. No.
No, then that's definitely a deal breaker, and that's not being petty at all either. Nah, if you're not trying to, like, if you say one Sunday, I don't do that shit, and then like 7 Sundays down the road, you don't do that shit, baby girl, it just ain't gonna work. You gotta learn.
And you don't consider that petty?
No, hell no. Hell no, that's not petty. Because I don't consider that petty. Because if I'm doing everything to please you and you getting pleased right then and there, where's my satisfaction at? No, hell.
So
no.
what if she says it's she can't date you because you don't eat ass?
Everybody, in your words, as a matter of fact, I remember learning as a little kid, nigga, in your words, everybody's ate ass before.
Whether you want to admit it or not.
Whether you want to admit it or not.
DJ Geronimo.
Hold on, we have a Jesus sighting.
Yeah.
Geronimo, go ahead.
Good.
Sorry.
I wasn't gonna say anything. What are you asking me?
You was just we're just seeing what you had to say about what he was saying about the level of just fucking versus having that connection. I mean,
you have to have a connection.
It's tough. It's actually really, it's not as simple as it sounds to me. Because um, if you build a relationship with somebody and y'all may be physical or whatever, but you might get them a blight in the beginning because you want them to be comfortable with you, but then later on, they not really about that, or they let it out that they just not gonna do that. Then it's more of a tougher decision because it's like you care about that person, but and that's a good person for you, but do you want to leave them just for that? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or is that so important that doesn't matter how much time you have invested, it doesn't matter how you feel about that person, they gotta go because you need that.
Yeah. Oh,
So
there you
there.
go. I got one for you. Don't come around me no damn ashy toes. Put the lotion on.
Oh,
Don't have
facts.
ashy elbows. Don't have ashy feet. Don't have ashy
But
touch.
but
Go
is
ahead.
that a petty reason to not deal with them, or would you be like, come here, lay down, let me rub your feet, and you need moisturizing? Like this is
Nah, if we out on home, if we home, I'll moisturize you. But we out in the public and I'm meeting you, I'm like, yo, go to the car, put some lotion on. But if you don't put no lotion on, we got problems.
Gene, you unmuted.
Oh shit. I was saying back to what Geronimo was saying. Like he said that if she's is that a reason, to cancel the situation? Yeah, it is a reason to cancel the situation because if I'm not getting what I'm seeking from if I'm not getting what I'm seeking from a female, I'm gonna look for it elsewhere.
Valid point. Valid.
So it's not going to be it's this not going to be it's not a genuine situation at that point. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm definitely going to look for it elsewhere.
So
And
I just got a message from someone that's listening to us on YouTube, just to let you guys know.
we on YouTube?
Yeah, we on YouTube too.
Damn, I
So
thought
he
we
said,
was.
Andre said, if she can't eat chicken, excuse me, if she eats chicken wings with a fork and knife, I can't do it.
Because she ain't eating chicken wings, dog.
She cutting it. That's like eating a pizza with a fork and knife.
Nah, she thought she was eating filet mignon, dog.
First of all, chicken wings are just really called ghetto crab legs. If you're eating
Facts.
crab legs with a fork and knife, you ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Word
gosh.
up.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a shot going on. DJ Geronimo, you ready to play?
Hey, just so y'all know, before we take this shot, right?
Yo,
We do
can I
not.
ask y'all like? Can I ask
Go
y'all
ahead.
what the fuck is Lou doing in the background? Is she singing or what is she doing?
Nah,
Like,
you were not on. So Lou and them, they're actually they're getting body painted.
oh, okay. Because I was like, she had a.
Body painting.
I thought she was in a prayer meeting real quick, but again,
You thought I was in a prayer meeting.
what the fuck is going on out here?
I ain't gonna lie, I see the paint on your face already, and it makes me think of like a tribe coming to attack.
Yo, my nigga, that's what it looked like.
So we're coming to attack.
Oh gosh.
I'm
So
all for it. I got my spear ready.
so we got two petty
And
things.
after dark, I'll reveal more. But as far as
Yeah,
everyone
hold
else,
on. Y'all doing the after dark tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah, I'm rocking
We're
with y'all
doing after
tonight.
dark. We breaking day tonight too. I'm
I,
clear in the morning.
I can't even hang with you. I got work tomorrow. I do it after dark tomorrow.
yeah.
I
I
hang with
know.
you for a little bit. I hang
I
with you for
got
as
you.
long as I can.
So we got two more petty things, then we're gonna take our shot. So we got chapped lips, and
All right, y'all let me know.
Jacob said that if you eat a roti with a knife and fork, he's done.
I mean, yeah, that's it's petty, but it's your pettiness. I get it. If you eat pizza with a knife and fork, I can't fuck with you. If you don't like New Yorkers, I can't fuck with you. Like we can keep it real.
Facts.
If you don't like New York, do you? Like we can't.
All right,
You know what I'm saying?
let's get this shot in so we get our DJ to play some music.
Cheers, good people.
Cheers, everyone. DJ Geronimo, you ready?
Hold on. Before he goes, listen. We do not benefit from the music being played, nor do we own the rights to any of this music. All of it is for entertainment purposes only. DJ Geronimo.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it with the hip hop theme. So here we go.
All right.
Yo, yo, ex-girlfriend, how you been? I see you still
Hey.
trying to fuck with other women, man. Remember when I first met you in my cousin's house? A week later, we was fucking on your mama's couch. Now it's been said that big girls, they don't cry, but they damn sure lie. Look you in the eye, saying you they only. You and I, till the day we die, said you never leave me lonely. Fly tenderoni, but you phony. Should've listened when my mama told me. Soon as I turned my back, you try to fuck my homies. That was then, this is now, I got Yo, ex-girlfriend, how you been? I see you still trying to fuck with other women, man. Remember when I first met you in my cousin's house? A week later, we was fucking on your mama's couch. Now it's been said that big girls, they don't cry, but they damn sure lie. Look you in the eye, saying you they only. You and I, till the day we die, said you never leave me lonely. Fly tenderoni, but you phony. Should've listened when my mama told me. Soon as I turned my back, you try to fuck my homies. That was then, this is now, I got a new friend. Ever since I cut them loose, since you wanna bone me. Add strike to my life. Pussy that'll make me think twice about leaving. The wife even. Picture that. You ain't want me when you had me. Now you on your third baby daddy. And you hate to see your nigga happy. So you're trying white ways to trap me. Looking at my girl nasty, trying to throw the pussy at me.
Look at this bitch over here trying to act like me. Fuck that bitch. You look like that.
I'm fucking you tonight. There's a one and another one. Some say the X make the sex spectacular. Make me lick you from your neck to your back, then you're shivering, tongue delivering, chills up that spine. That ass is mine. Skip the wine and the candlelight, no crystal tonight. It's alright with you, we fucking. Deja vu, the blood spark, finger fucking in the park, pissy off the cut it dark. Remember when I used to play between your legs? You begged for me to stop because you know where it would head. Straight to your mother's bed, not the Marriott. We'd be lucky if we find a spot next to your sister. Damn, I really missed her. Where she used to rub my back when I hit that. Where she used to giggle when your ass would wiggle. Now I know you used to sleep at the Parker Meridian, trips to the Caribbean, but tonight no eggs.
You must be used to me spending my days all that sweet wine and dining. I'm fucking you tonight.
There's another
Fucking
one
you tonight.
and another one and another one.
Sexiness, I need some of mine. Come kick it with me, shawty. Give me that pussy in the drawers and let me work it hard, get harder. Work it hard, get harder.
Little lunge, murder them, in a competition I grind, murder them.
Sexiness, I need some of mine. Come kick it with me, shawty. Give me that pussy in the drawers and let me work it hard, get harder. That's fine with me. Don't fuck with me, girl. Why not, my dear? I'm here to rock your world. That's fine with me. I'm here to fuck you, girl. Why not, my dear? I'm here to.
And I got a new drop top, come fuck with me. I ain't got a roof, I got back shots when I ride on cock. Plus an attitude like Tupac got cock chew. I spew every time I come true. What a conundrum, but the na-na-na tastes like rum punch. Make them say, whoa, this pussy's like Tro. You never seen a dread nigga before. This gal, yeah, wicked. Come kick it with me, shorty. I throw the pussy like a boomerang. Back shots is what they call me. Brown fox about go by. Sex game stronger than Barry Bonds in his pot. Neck game longer than giraffes at the top. Come through with a boom shot.
I just want you close.
I just want you close.
Where you can stay forever. You can be sure. And it will only get better. You and me together. Through the days and nights.
Busta Rhymes, Shonda Paul, one more time, kill him with a rhyme, remix time, dirty, yeah. Yo, flip star, flip mode squad, kill him with a rhyme, dirty, yeah.
Come and sit, jump up, clap on the one and sit down. Get up and and wiggle out, make everybody flip out and never carry on. Till you tired and want chill out, all of the girls spread out, make your body keep clapping on.
With all the other set of girl, them inna the dance, I don't think up with the, I mean the girl them jump up and prance, bust the rhyme and turn up all the lyrical magicians. Therefore make them straight up, jump up, wave up them hands, move the road with all the other set of girl, them inna the dance, I don't think up with the, I mean the girl them jump up and prance, bust the rhyme and turn up all the lyrical magicians. Therefore make them straight up, jump up, wave up them hands, to push it up there.
Back with the remix with Split and Sean and Paul in the corner. Can't believe when we do it, we smack it down how we wanna. Keeping it coming, keeping it going, cause we ain't playing. I'm talking to all my people, cause what I'm saying is,
in case you ain't knowing, in case you ain't heard, and if you want us to set it, just give me the word. This one goes down to my soldiers that be flipping them birds. So all my shorties wiggling and shaking their curves.
We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap. We make it clap.
Shaking it and making it clap. Really big, broken out like 20s on the lap. When I give it to her, shorty know how to do it back. Really bag it to the beat, so I'm trying to overlap. See, y'all reload your blows and your tight jeans. Let me look it down if you want some ice cream. Y'all holla, holla, my name when I play, when I play.
Together and bring it back to me. Hit the Players Club for about a month or two. Put his hand on it, then see what it do. I found you, Miss New Booty. Get it together and bring it back to me. Hit the Players Club for about a month or two. Put his hand on it, then see what it do. Get it right, get it tight. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. I don't need you to need me. Take it off, hit it flop, shake it freely.
Got you working with some ass hand. Your bad jam, make a nigga spend his cash hand. His last hand, holds right off in your past hand. They mad jam, you can ride in the jag hand. With that hand, you can smoke a fire bag hand. A grass hand, got money, I can flash hand. And trash hand, I'm a big time a nigga, yeah. Pull a trigger, yeah. I play ahead of flipper, yeah. Go ahead, fill it, yeah. I like slanging wood, yeah. Out the hood, yeah. Let it be understood, yeah. It's all good, yeah. Got a nigga screaming loud, yeah. On the hard, yeah. A smooth, yeah, bros, yeah. On the drugs, yeah. I'm just do a trick, yeah. On the dick, yeah. You claiming you want a bitch, yeah. That ain't shit, yeah. The niggas with the money, yeah. On that money, yeah. Got birds and I'm running, yeah. About 100, yeah. Girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? Motherfucker, won't you back that ass up? Hit that when you back that ass up. Oh, what is you doing? We back that ass up.
This is how we do. We make a move and act the fool while we up in the club. This is how we do. Nobody do it like we do it, so show us some love. This is how we do. We make a move and act the fool while we up in the club. This is how we do. Sit up, nobody do it like we do it. I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa!
I'll take you to the candy shop.
Yeah.
Want one taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got.
Come on.
Keep going till you hit the spot.
You can have it your way. How do you want it? You gon' back that thing up or should I push up on it? Temperature rising, okay, let's go to the next level. Dance floor jam packed, hot as a tea kettle. I break it down for you now, baby, it's simple. If you be an info, I'll be an info. In a hotel or in the back of the rental, on the beach or in the park, it's whatever you into. Got the magic stick, I'm the love doctor. How your friends teasing you about how I sprung, I got you. Wanna show me you can work it, baby? No problem, get on top, then get the bounce around like a low rider. I'm a seasoned vet when it comes to this shit. After you work up a sweat, you can play with the stick. I'm trying to explain, baby, the best way I can. I melt with your mouth, girl, not now. Take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa!
Take you to the candy shop. Want one taste of what I got. I'll have you spending all you got. Keep going till you hit the spot.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, I was right to that knee. Multi-feds in the state wanna see my knee. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other nigga got a hip and shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now. Hold no need, know how to act now. Hit the club, strippers getting naked before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button and let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town.
Party people in the place to be. It's about that time.
Yeah, what you know about going out? Head west, red legs, TVs, all up in the headrest. Try and live it up, rock jewel, bigger truck, piece all glittered up. Stick a kid, nigga, what? Jig with a cut, sip Chris, spit it up. Hoes rock, get your nut till I can't get it up. I'm a big man, get this man room. I done hit everything from Cancun to Grand Tune. Why you stand on the wall, hand on your balls? Lighting up drugs, always fighting in the club. I'm the reason they made the dress code. They figure I went wild when I'm in my fresh clothes. Dressed as I suppose, from my neck to my toes. Neck full of gold, baguettes in my rolls. Breast shows, collect those extra O's. By the heat, get a key to the Lexa hole. East, west, every state, come on, bury the hate. Millions, the only thing we in the heavy to make. Whether from the ex-friend, intellect or biz. Let's begin, bring this BS to an end. Come on.
What's going on? Welcome back, Dan Geronimo. I wish we can go in a spot right now and just chill while you rock, cause I got a I got like 2 text messages on the side talking about how DJ Geronimo rocked and everything. Just a heads up, just letting you know. They fucks with you.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank
So
you
we got
very
some
much.
we got some royalty up in the building. We got DJ Marlon. What's going on, buddy?
Oh shit.
King Kong is in the building.
We're the master.
We got Andre doing daddy duty tonight. So what's going on, brother?
I don't want to be emotional. I just want to say this. Marlon Rhythm Master, I miss you, bro. I ain't seen you in a while. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? If I could just dap you, you know what I'm saying? I miss you. All right, we can get off the emotional shit now. Anybody want to take a shot with me?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Absolutely.
JR, you should take a shot with me too. She won't speak.
Are y'all ready?
Jesus, when is this gonna end?
All right.
Cheers.
All right, brother. What's the next topic we got for them tonight?
You want me to read this one out?
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it in.
So it's a question. One part's for women, one part's for men. Women, do you prefer a man with a mandingo dick and can't satisfy you in bed, or deal with a guy with a smaller dick but knows how to satisfy you? And for the men, are you willing to deal with a woman who is pretty but sucks in bed versus an average / ugly woman? The sex is fire.
Oh gosh.
I ain't gonna lie to you, A1. I'm gonna let you choose because I know if I was gonna. I'm just looking at the facial expressions.
Well, let's get Jamaica Rose because she's always very entertaining. So
yes,
Jamaica Rose, we trying to unmute you, sweetie.
How I got into this?
Because you are.
What you prefer, a big dick or good fuck?
I'll always go for the good fuck over the big dick. Because some people are big for no reason. Again, I must feel you. If I can't feel you, then it just doesn't make any sense.
So explain the difference.
The difference is I'm tight. Okay? If when you If I feel you enter and then nothing else, we got a problem because I get real wet real quick. And if I'm only feeling the rivers flow, we got issues. I mean, then I might as well have been playing with myself.
So the ladies is saying satisfaction, please.
Okay.
Aaron said sex is fire, so he prefers the sex.
Hey,
Oh God.
I've had a man dingo one time. Okay, I had a man dingo a couple of times, but the one
Don't you say, wait, what?
the one that I remember that I just said I'm never seeing you ever again in life, and I haven't since. It was horrible, and it went on the Lord of the Rings. We was watching the movie, and it went on that whole time, and I was just like, is it over yet? Because the movie was boring me, and then he was boring me, I didn't even come, and that's a long ass movie. Okay,
it is.
Okay.
Wow, I did a marathon of that movie last week, I think.
Oh gosh, that is
Hey,
hilarious.
Mr. Wasteland, go to the chat room for us real quick and read that comment for me.
All right, so we got a pretty Pretty Lucian said, "Give me signs, I'll teach him how to work it."
Hey, they gotta learn somewhere, right? They gotta start
You gonna learn
somewhere.
today. You gonna learn today.
Can't be a baby forever, man.
Oh gosh. Let's get fellas. Let's see what you got to say. Preach. What you got to say about this?
I would this is a difficult one, but I guess I would prefer the visually appealing. I can because I mean I don't know, man. People might feel differently, but I'm gonna go for what I want to see.
You
If I
rather
can
look
make
at
it,
it?
yeah, because I mean for me, as is in my experience in life, it's me that doesn't make it good. You understand? It's nice to come upon a thing that know how to fuck, but to be honest, most times you know what I'm saying? It's me that make it good. It's me that set the
Whoa,
whole shit off.
yo, check this out, right? What? Why the fuck y'all put the camera on me, man? Put it back on Preach. I'm talking to him.
You talking?
All right. Anyway, but so what if you had some bomb sex, like you had some mind blowing sex, right? And you decided not to be with that person, but go with the prettier person, and that person now ain't got nothing on that other person. You think you're gonna get over that?
I believe. Well, listen. I thought we just talking about just for like a fuck. But if I had to think about like for being with I'm gonna go with shit. That's the because then you gotta It's a serious question, man. Because you got to go with a whole nother facet, which would be like how the person is. Because you know what I'm saying. I gotta be with you. So one, I gotta look at you. Two, I gotta fuck you. Three, I gotta deal with you
This is
even when
called
we're not fucking.
long term. We talk about long.
No, hold on.
Okay,
I want
long
you. I
term.
want to make sure I throw something in. We said average / ugly. Like not saying like I'm not talking about like a yak. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like she's not like
She's alright.
You gotta put a
yeah,
beat
she
tag
alright. Like
over
she's
it.
not ugly. You know what I'm saying? But she might not be the prettiest motherfucker you met, but she ain't ugly.
Okay, and these are the only two parameters. Okay,
The only two
It's
parameters.
either she's gorgeous
Yeah.
and the sex is whack, or she's alright, maybe even ugly, but she fire. Like for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like the body is stupid, but the face is alright.
She's a Buffy. She's a Buffy. Remember Buffy?
See, I disagree, but I don't think Buffy was ugly though. She wasn't beautiful, but she wasn't ugly.
She was ugly. I think she was ugly.
Nah, she was actually average.
So Buffy that could fuck, or a next thing that bad but can't fuck. Okay, what's the level of can't fuck? I don't mean to make this more
She
intricate.
can't
Like,
fuck.
I'm talking about whack sex. Like seriously, this shit is
she's
whack.
like a slug.
Yes.
She just there like
It
a
was
slug.
trash.
She just
Okay.
lay there.
She just lays there.
Pillow
Them,
princess.
them pillow princess can take a fuck too, but I gotta go with the visually appealing, man. Because listen, hey, I can fuck a lot, but I can't fuck 24 hours. And there's gonna be times when I just have to look at you sometimes and be like, more J, the fucking face.
Damn.
Yeah, you gotta be a little pretty, but that's it.
All right, so you want the beautiful looking.
Regardless of whether the sex is whack, got you covered.
All right, got you. Jacob.
Yo.
She's bad. She's a dime. Can't just whack trash. Or you gonna deal with somebody that's she ain't a yak, but she's all right.
She ain't a yak. She's all right. That's where I'm going.
Okay. All right.
I mean, like, I can't deal with you. Just no, can't, no, sorry. It's no fun. And yeah, I can make it good too. I feel where Preach was coming from, but you know what? It's just, you know what, like, you know, sex is fun. Yes, no.
Facts.
Does everybody agree? Sex is fun. Fucking is fun.
I agree.
All of that is fun. If you
I ain't
just
asking everybody to do shit. I'm
Come
telling
on.
you that for me, sex. I'm not saying I think sex is fun. I ain't making everybody agree with me.
I mean, but yeah, man, come on. You just gonna be there like a bump on a log, like a fucking dud. Get your ass up out of here, man.
So real quick before we get to Dada, but so is the sex whack just because the person, like, they just lay there? Like, is there other ways for sex to be like no good? Like, what if they give head and there's mad teeth? Or what if they give sex? It's not like they funky, but it don't smell quite. Like, to me, all these things, you know, what if the motherfuckers just don't know how to ride? What if they just don't know how to ride dick?
I've had experience with that. Chicks giving head and this shit was horrible, like to the point where I'm pushing you off and like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, nah. And that's a turnoff. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a big turnoff.
Like when the motherfucker arch they back the wrong way, or you got no rhythm at all with them.
None.
There's
That's
no rhythm.
That's another one.
The mother, like you trying to hit the mother, like when you going deep, they running away. Like it's shit's whack.
Hopefully she got hair, man. Pull the hair and push the hip down.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry. I just gotta go with and it's bump. All right, yeah. Yeah.
All right, we got you. Dada, let's get you on.
Yo, y'all ever raised pit bulls?
What's that again?
Dogs? Y'all ever raised dogs?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
All right, so I raised pit bulls, right? And you could always teach a dog tricks. Period. Dog, she could be the wackest in bed. You can teach her, bro. That's just my thing, and honestly, it doesn't matter. You could have fell in love with the wacky. You could fell in love with a person for different reasons, and she's just not good in bed. But you can teach her. I promise you can teach her. You can teach a dog how you can't teach a person.
I mean,
the question is if you want to go through all that. I think.
No, because remember you fell in love with the person, or you gotta like him. You like the person, right?
Right,
you like
right,
the
right.
person, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, listen, all right, so cool. Listen, you don't necessarily your pussy get wet. All right, so look at it this way. So her pussy get wet as hell, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she just can't fuck. So you gonna let go of some wet pussy? Because you know it's a lot of dry pussy.
That's
bitches.
potential.
You know it's a
That's
lot
potential.
of dry pussy. No, it's not potential, bro. It's a lot of dry pussy bitches out here, nigga.
Yeah.
So her pussy get wet as hell.
Yeah.
You finally found the one. Her pussy just dripping, but she don't know the ratio to hop, my nigga. She don't know the ratio to sliding, my nigga. That's it. What you gonna do? You gonna tell her, hey, motherfucker, you got the wettest pussy I ever had in my life, but just because you don't know how to use it, I ain't fucking with you no more. Y'all niggas is bugging the fuck out, man. Listen, baby, I'm gonna teach you how to use that shit. You're gonna ride and ride and ride until you understand that I like it. Not even until I tell you I like it. You're gonna ride and ride until you felt until that female felt that she knows that shit, nigga, I satisfy that motherfucker tonight. Nah, nigga, you gotta learn, baby. That's it. You can teach her. You can teach her. Fuck that. I ain't letting go of shit. Fuck that.
I'm gonna show y'all something, right? So I don't know. It's probably not a lot of people that's seen this movie, but back in the days when I used to play video games, there was a game called Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, remember that?
They made a movie out of that game, right?
Oh.
And if you know who Blanca is the green monster.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
He's really, really violent.
From Brazil.
And how they made him violent, he was once human, and they made him violent. They strapped him into a seat, and all they did was put violence on a TV in front of him until he became what he became. You see what I'm saying? So you can condition anybody to be whatever you want.
Facts.
That's all I'm saying.
Nigga, Geronimo, am I on mute still?
No, go ahead, man. You good?
Yo, this nigga Geronimo is like a philosopher, my nigga. This nigga was here before. I'm telling you, this nigga be saying that shit. And it's truth though. Like honestly, you could teach anybody anything. Anything. You could teach it. You could teach anybody anything. I don't care if you got a fucking. It could be a dog. It could be a child. There's somebody. Yo, I came up right. I give y'all this. I came up right. I didn't want to learn my multiplication. Right. My uncle. He thought he could whoop my ass to teach me my multiplication. I was like, nigga, it ain't gonna work that way. And my grandmother just sat with me like, nigga, this is how you do your multiplication. You could teach anybody anything. There's no such thing as, you don't let it go, bro. Period. That's my say. You don't let it go.
All right, cool. So we got a couple people in the
Can
chat.
we talk real quick before my laptop die, please?
Yeah, we're gonna get you in there, sweetie. So we got a preacher.
Hold on, because Lou's laptop's about to die, so let's let her jump in real quick.
5 minutes left on my shit. Hi, everybody. So I will take a packing nigga. I will take a packing dude, and you're gonna have to learn today. You're gonna do what it is that I tell you because I am very commanding.
I am,
and Dr. O as well.
You better take
Y'all gonna have to learn
to follow
today.
So
I'll take the packing.
I'm taking patience.
I want all the guts tour. Yeah. That's just what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, what am I gonna? Because when you say like he's not packing, but he knows what to do, that's granted and all. But like, what am I dealing with? Like, actually, the actual size. Are we dealing with like the mini dick? Are we dealing with like what are we?
No, we
with?
just said he's not Mandingo. He's not.
Average.
I think what we discussed on the show. I think we had discussed that the dick is considered big at 8.5 or
Correct.
8. So let's say he's at 6.5, 7, but knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah,
that's doable. Yes, that's doable.
I'll do him.
Dr. O will do him. I don't know how the levels like because I'm trying to get fucked. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so Mrs. Sweeney said average. So the average dick size is what? I think 6. According to what y'all said. So what about 6? Lou and Dr. O.
6, you gotta go.
6 is okay.
You gotta go. For me, you gotta go, but for her, you can stay.
Yeah.
So is there a preference of if he's a 6 but he's got girth?
Oh well, girth is a different fucking story. Did we talk about the girth?
I mean, do you even check his girth certificate?
Girth will change your life.
Will change.
So what if he's a 5.5 but his girth is?
Nah. Chill. You might make my mouth happy, but you can't do nothing. Cut it.
These hands ain't short. We can cut it.
Oh gosh.
Here we are.
So it has to at least fit in your hands. Is that what you're saying?
Like something. Like
2 hands.
Do something. Yeah.
2, I told you.
Double gripper.
Double
gripper.
Yeah.
That's an after dark thing. Like after dark, we discussed it. They say you gotta it's a 2-hand thing.
Yeah, like it's a whole situation. Like it'll change your life.
And I'm
saying, so is that more important than checking the girth certificate?
if your size is not up to par, what am I gonna do with a 5-inch fat dick? What am I going to do with that?
What? We gonna
I
sip?
can't. I don't know.
Listen, Una, have a good night. I have 1%.
1%.
But yeah,
All
you
right,
guys have a good night. I might join in later from my phone because I left my laptop charger at home. But it's been real.
Nobody said hello to me.
Hi, Dr. O.
Hello.
This is what happens when you have a girls' night when unruly.
Oh gosh. So we got let's get Joy C. Are you there?
Hold on. I thought you were trying to jump on Marlon.
Marlon, I tried to click on Marlon. He's still
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't coming off.
Cool,
So
bitch.
Joy,
Yes.
you heard the topic?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
All right.
What was up?
So let's go ahead and repeat it again.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. This goes for both men and women. So you're a woman. So woman, do you prefer a man with a mandingo dick and he can't satisfy you in the bed, or deal with a guy that's smaller with a dick and he knows how to satisfy you?
I gotta be satisfied. So yeah.
Have you been in a situation like that before?
Yes.
And how did that play out?
What? A big dick and couldn't satisfy me, or a small dick and it satisfied me?
The big dick, and did it satisfy you?
It was annoying.
Did you tell him?
I did. You know I did. Mr. No, don't do that. Yes, you know I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So you told him, and what'd he say?
I'm pouring a shot. I don't know what you talking about. You just snitched on yourself, but I'm all right.
Shut up. I mean, I told him because he was like, in mid situation.
Teach him?
I don't have time to teach grown-ups. I don't.
Okay.
Now, if it was an entanglement, I will teach. But grown-ups, I'm not teaching. But I did. But I wasn't like blunt. And I can be blunt. But I was just, he was like, you're not, moaning, you're not making any noise. Like, are you not satisfied? And I was like, well, since you opened it up, no, it's not what I thought it would be. And I'm talking about at least 11 inches. So I was very disappointed. Like, disappointed. So yeah, I did tell him. I don't know who gassed you up. So yeah.
You made a point that I wanted to make to Dada a while ago, but I decided to leave it alone. Don't go nowhere. But he said, he raises pit bulls and you can always teach them. But there's also a saying that's been around for a long time. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. So if you're playing with these young girls, that's great. But when you're grown and you're meeting grown women and you still don't know what to do,
or you just where you're playing that role, because you got some women are like, oh, well, I don't do that. I was in a group discussion today. Girls was like, well, I just don't swallow cum. And me, I don't give a fuck. So a man can please you and just swallow you up, but you won't do the same to your dude. No, that's gross. How? Well, like, what's gross about it? I mean, that's just me. But I'm just like, what's the difference? It started a whole uproar. But yeah, I don't do that.
You're always gonna get an uproar when you start telling women they need to swallow. Take it from the guys.
It is what it is. I mean, but yeah, I gotta be satisfied. I'll take a girthy chubby over a enormous size.
So when you say a girthy chubby, like how short would you go if the girth certificate is right?
I've gone small enough where the size of the guy and what he was carrying, I was like, oh. And he's like, oh my God, the look you just gave me. I'm like, hey. This dude was like 6'9", not normal size. So it kind of threw me for a loop. So, but he mashed it up, balled me up. I look like a pretzel. I couldn't even fucking walk when I was done. So hey, it is what it is.
5 inches, but thick, and you great.
I just need to feel your ass. It ain't gotta be perfect. I just need to feel you. I'm not the smallest chick in the world, but when I need to fit in the tight spaces, you're gonna ball me the fuck up. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't discriminate. I'm not that shit. I'm nasty. I'm a sag. I'm gonna get what I want. It is what it is.
Don't blame your nastiness on my zodiac sign.
First of all, that's my zodiac sign, and you know we are. I don't say we're nasty. We're very exploratory. But either way,
First of all, I'm older than you, so it was mine before it was yours. But let's move on.
but I made it perfected. Don't play yourself, twin. Don't do that.
No, just don't make those. Just don't label me nasty because we shot. I'm
You're
nasty
not.
because I'm nasty
But
because I'm a
you're not.
Larock. I'm nasty because I'm a Larock.
Okay, well I guess I'm nasty for other things. But
Oh, yo,
so
Dada,
annoying.
Dada, what you got?
We're gonna get Dada.
No.
Dada, you gotta unmute yourself. Okay.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taj was like, he was trying to tell me something, but he wasn't gonna tell me. Nah, listen, I agree. Like, cause you don't want to teach old people. You can't teach them nothing. Or you grown. What'd you say? You said something about.
Nah, they say you can't teach an old dog new trick. Like, there's a certain point where a person's set in their ways. If you ain't know how to fuck by a certain age,
right?
You know what the other thing too is that I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of motherfuckers talk that shit, and I'm not talking about anybody in here in particular. I'm talking about this in general. I had this conversation the other day. A lot of motherfuckers be like, "Yo, this is what I want. She got to look like this," and then the motherfuckers settle down and live the rest of their life with an average motherfucker.
Yo, my nigga.
But they'll tell you that she got a good heart. The sex is fire and all of that.
Now they don't know what fire sex is, but I agree with what you're saying. Like you was like, raising pit bulls. Like I referred to raising pit bulls, and you were like, you said that a lot of you said you basically said that you can't teach like an old motherfucker. Like if they set in their ways, but I guarantee my thing is this: if you show them something different from what they know, they're gonna start to learn that new shit. Like it's like learning a different language, like or just coming to an epiphany in life. Like motherfucker, you know what? Today I wake up, I want to learn to speak French. Motherfucker, if you really want to learn how to speak French, and if I engage your mind enough, you're gonna learn how to speak French. You understand that? Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say?
All right, I'm 46 years old and I want to learn to speak Creole. So starting tomorrow, whenever you're ready, you figure out how to teach me how to speak French. I'm taking private lessons and we'll update the people every 2 weeks on how that works. Keep in mind that I've been around it. That's like a woman who's not saying she's never had, she might have had some decent sex in her life. Now I'm telling you, I've been around Creole and Patois in my life. Now I'm telling you, so teach me. Since that's true, I'm telling you, it's very difficult to teach an old dog new tricks.
So you really don't think that you can?
I'm telling you that I've tried. I've had a lot of difficulties learning to speak. Why can't I speak it fluent? Why is it that the only thing that I can tell a Haitian person was "Cognac yet mama"?
No, nigga, because that's all you want to. That's all you want to say.
No, not at all. Not at all. You don't know the steps I've taken to learn.
But are we talking about sex or are we talking about
No, you just said you compared it to speak. If you want to learn to speak French, you will. I have tried my hardest so I can come. Yo, dude, do you know how annoying it was at your brother's wedding when y'all was talking and them dudes I was just like, all I know is one or two words in here. I don't know what's going on. When I listen to Kassav.
No, nigga, your problem is you only know the bad words.
That's not true. No, I know, sir. I know what travail means. What I'm saying is, even when you dealt with, like, when you listen to Kassav, when you listen to it, there's only certain songs, only certain words that you pick up on. I want to learn the language. My mother probably won't speak, but she'll tell you my favorite music of all music is French music. When it comes to dancing, French music.
Yeah, but
I don't understand.
Can I ask a question though? Like when we comparing this to sex, right? Like to
you compared it, not me.
We're still on YouTube, but I'm just saying I'm asking the question. When we are comparing this to sex, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Or you can
I went to summer school. I went to summer school twice in my life, right?
Mm.
French. I failed French twice.
But can I ask you? You failed French twice, right? But did you pick up something every time?
Nothing more than what I knew from my family.
What are we
I know
talking
I know
about?
number.
Yeah.
No, what I'm
Yeah.
telling no, what I'm trying to tell you is you compared teaching a person sex to learning a new language. I'm telling you that
No,
that
no,
does
no,
not
no,
work.
no, 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 no. I didn't say that. Okay, I'll put it this way. Okay, you can sex a younger woman and you teach her, right? A pup, right? You. Well, we're not sexing pups, but
I
you
was
can
about to
sex
say,
a
hold
younger.
on.
We're sexing a pup, but you sexing a younger woman, right? Somebody younger than you. You teaching them something. Where you learned it from? From an older pup. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so something that you learn from a like an old dog, basically, like, well, not an old dog, an old puppy, what I would like to consider it, like, or we call it older J. Like something you learn from an older J, from like a woman that's older than you. Older J is for y'all that don't understand, an older J is a woman that's older than you, and she's been around and she's teaching a Jada Pinkett, basically. Like she teaching you shit, and then you gonna take that shit that she taught you, and you gonna teach it to T-balls and some shit like that.
All right, slow down. Listen, simple shit. You're talking about teaching a younger person. I'm saying that I am grown. I am not dealing with little kids. I can teach a little kid how to fuck. 24, 25. I'm saying
So,
that there's certain people you can't teach.
so you're
Yeah,
saying
like
okay. So you're saying that you're willing to teach a younger person how to fuck, but you're not willing to teach an older person how to fuck.
no, no, no,
That's
no,
what you're
no.
saying.
I'm willing to teach everybody how because I'm not teaching them to fuck. I'm teaching them to fuck me.
That's it. That's it. So
but
it works. It
but
works.
what I'm saying is there are people who are set in their ways, and so
No,
you can't.
no, hell no.
All right, well, we're not going
Nigga,
to agree. So let's move on to Aaron real quick.
Yeah, we
Yo,
appreciate it.
this is funny, yo. Cause I mean, so listening to what everyone's saying and going off of what Jerome said about conditioning, it's true to a point though. But y'all got to look at like the bigger picture. So you didn't say this was a regular chick. You said this was a badass chick. Like this is a dime. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So you got to remember her mindset. This chick is getting approached all the time. She's getting hit on all the time. She thinks she's hot shit. So if the sex is bad, you trying to convince her how to do it right, she's gonna say, fuck you, I'll just go fuck someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
you're not really gonna be conditioning someone that's constantly getting, hit on and thinking that she's hot shit anyway, because she's just gonna find the next dude. But you find a chick that's a yak, but she could throw down. I'm cool with that all day.
Mrs. Sweeney, you are the exception because you're pretty as well, all right?
I'm just saying, because you can get a pretty girl and it might be fun for a while, but if you end up staying with her, trying to train her, and let's say, after a fucking month she's getting a little better, eventually you're gonna fucking go get a side chick anyway because she ain't doing it for you. So it's a moot point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna
Well,
say that to me anyway. I shouldn't say that, but I'm just saying earlier if I was younger, that's what I would do in my earlier days, back a long time ago. So that's just my opinion though. I just think that you can teach old people, old dogs, new tricks if they're willing to learn and if they're capable of learning. Because to me, the easiest way to tell if a chick can bang is if she can dance. If she can't dance, y'all ain't fucking. Promise you.
To a
That
certain
shit is
degree.
gonna
To
be
a certain degree.
that is gonna be a very awkward situation with rhythm and getting everything synced up. And I'm I'm a dude that's been with mad different races, and I don't like when y'all were talking earlier about your pettiness and all that shit, bro. I'm the dude that would go to a fucking straight up country club and a country bar in the middle of Texas to bang some blonde hair, blue eyed chick that I have no interest in, but she was bad and whatever. I hate country music, but I'll go smash a country chick. I'm cool with that. So that's to me, that's just sex. That's not even the same, that's not in the same realm. I don't have to have a connection with someone for a physical thing. That's me. I know females are different because they have to have the connection, and that's where females are a little different because if you a funny dude and your personality is dope, you can pretty much bang any chick out there. I guarantee it. Because a chick is gonna put that a lot higher than a physical attribute for a guy.
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
if you for most females, they have to have that connection on a
Oh, the,
emotional, level. And so if they feel safe, they feel like you are funny, and they have that type of connection, you're probably gonna have a faster route into her bedroom than a dude that's just no personality and good looking. I promise
okay.
you.
Mrs.
But
Sweeney.
DJ Geronimo, real quick.
Okay.
so, really and truly, you just contradicted yourself because you can still train anybody. Just because the chick's beautiful and she gets hit on by a bunch of guys, yes, she does have options, but you know what? A lot of that options is bullshit, and that's the reasons why she's going from one to the other. Now you stand out amongst them, you become something valuable, and that is where the conditioning can begin, because now because she doesn't want to lose you, you have to be something that she doesn't want to lose. And once you're that person, you're able to mold that person into what you want them to be.
No, I agree with you, bro. It's just I'm like Taj here, bro. I'm not a teacher. I'm not an instructor. I ain't got time for that shit, man. Like
I could
for me,
understand
my
that now.
my petty shit that I don't like is when you are with someone that's not very good, and then they think they're good, so they're like, "You like that?" I'm like, "Not really. I mean, this is weird, you know." I mean, I've been in a situation where it was like fucking 40 minutes of just torture, and I just stopped and said, "I'm done," because it was awkward for me. Like I'm like, "Yo, I'm never gonna finish this. Let me just go ahead and get out of here real quick." So I see what you're saying, but I mean, for me, like if I can't, I mean, it's pretty hard for a guy not to like fucking. It's harder for a female to be satisfied than a man. So if a man is having problems being satisfied, bro, there's something seriously wrong with that shit.
Man.
Real.
For a woman's sex to be whack, it has to be like whack whack. Like
Right, exactly. It can't be
you
just
like
like it can't just be like I'm talking about because I'm being real. Like when I was younger, one of the one chick that kind of like curled my fucking toes and just threw me for a loop, like with someone I just would never think about. It was like a drunk ass night where I hooked up with some chick, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And I was just like, yo, I hope she calls me again because that was amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those unexpected things. But no, I agree with you saying, Geronimo. It's just it's to a point whether or not you're willing to be that teacher.
Agreed.
Which
I agree with you there.
I probably would to a point, but I mean, like I said, like if it's just like consistently over and over, I'm like, all right, we're not gonna have a lesson today. I got to go out.
but you know what? Like so Aaron, that comes back to like there are dudes who be like, yo, I want a girl whose body's like this. That's like saying you can't meet a bad big chick. Like a heavier set woman. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's women who are pretty than a motherfucker, but they got a little size on them. They might, you know what I'm saying? And to me, all that falls into the same thing. Like everybody has an idea of what they consider a bad motherfucker, and then you meet a heavier woman, pretty as hell, smart, that she got the personality traits of your mom that you like, all of the above, and now you fall into it. Is it like no, I ain't fucking with her because she's bigger than what I'm used to?
Nah, fuck that, bro. The girl that I'm talking about was a big ass girl, bro.
Y'all leave them big girls alone, bro.
They ain't nothing wrong with big girl. Big girls need love.
Damn right.
But I mean, I'm like I have literally been with so many different types of women. Like I know what I like and don't like, and I personally can't be with, and I can't be with them. I prefer not to be with the smaller type, skinnier women. Like I mean, y'all see my wife, bro. Like she's got a thin waist, but she's thick. So that's what works for me. And I mean, I'm not fucking Mandigo, so all you shit happening here. I'm Caucasian from the waist down, straight up. So, but I'm just when it fucking works, it works, bro. Like I don't want to feel like I'm ripping the damn girl apart, sleeping together, and that's what kind of happens with smaller chicks, and that's a weird feeling for
And
me.
I'll tell you the truth, man. Like, and I ain't no mandingo either, right? But there has been a couple situations where like when you're done, like the person has to like crawl up into like the fetal position on the floor like this, and you can't touch them, you can't do anything, and it's like you fucking scared, bro. Like,
Did I hurt you? Did I hurt you? Yeah.
right.
No, it's real, bro.
The real walk of shame is after you do that to them, they got to walk to the bathroom and they're having trouble.
That's where they went to do that.
Yep.
I mean, to a point at first it makes you feel good, but then you're just like, damn, that's kind
Yeah,
of
no, it's scary as fuck.
Yo, that is hilarious. No, we definitely appreciate it, brother. Definitely appreciate it.
Mrs. Sweeney,
Yes.
what's your take on this? I mean, you've been in the chat room, but
I am a very literal person. I took the question as is with
thank you.
no additives. I need you to satisfy my soul. That's it.
Regardless of what they look like.
Yes, you didn't say regardless of you said they were average. I could work
Okay,
with
well, let's no, well, that's what I'm just asking. Like, okay, so if they're average looking but they satisfy your soul, you're good.
I'm good. Yeah.
I
Being
think
unsatisfied is a very miserable place to be. I ain't trying to be there. I'm a happy person. I want to stay there.
Works for me. I'm only slightly handsome, so that's good.
It works for me. Hey.
Just make sure your teeth is right.
Gotta
Make
get
sure
that
your
hygiene
breath.
together. Yeah, I wasn't worried about the teaching or the not teaching. I could teach if I have to, but if I don't have to, this is great. We'll just get to it.
Yep.
I really think it's just depending on where you're at in your space in life. Like my brother said earlier, I mean, me personally, there's so much you're willing to teach. I mean, I think more teaching is just like experimenting. But if I gotta basically walk you through the process and things like that,
It's
and it
tiresome.
constantly, I mean, that's kind of tiring, you know?
Yeah. It's not fun.
So we definitely appreciate that. Mr. No Filter.
Yes, sir.
So with all that being said, I think it's a shot time.
I got mine poured. I was waiting. I want to take a shot to boring sex. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I am not drinking to that bullshit.
Not drinking it.
No, I'm making. No, I'm taking a shot to it and I'm putting it to sleep and then I'm done with it. That's what I'm saying. You're dead now, literally.
You take
shot
to Fugly people.
Jerome, I'll see you on Sunday. Text me, remind me I have to bring you a bottle.
All right.
Cheers. So, with that being said, if y'all want to, we can beat a dead horse, or we could turn off YouTube, switch into After Dark, let Geronimo play for a minute if everybody's in agreement.
I think everybody's ready for After Dark.
Hey, Boogie, you good? Geronimo, you good? So we're going to end the show properly. We do this shit every week. If the Boogie, you want to go first?
Yeah, being that we are on YouTube Live, you know, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Make sure you share it so that way we can get more people to listen in.
And subscribe.
First and foremost, we appreciate everyone that is tuning in, whether you through Facebook Live or through Zoom, even through Facebook Live. Well, we're not on Facebook Live, but we are posted up there. So I just want to say thank you, buddy, for everybody for your support.
Geronimo, I guess you go speak through your music. Yeah, no? Got anything you want to say?
End of the night. I appreciate the fuck out of everybody that tuned in, whether it was for a minute or all night. You know, let's keep this thing going. Subscribe, like the show. You know what I mean, and also give us a little feedback, man. We just like to know what you guys think about the show, all that. But at the end of the day, man, it's no filter. We're gonna tell you what we think about your comment too. So bring it. All right. But anyway, no, I'm just kidding. We love the fuck out of all of y'all, and we'll see you guys next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
go. Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead, brother.
No Filter spring t-shirts, summer t-shirts. So please put in your order. Contact myself, DJ Geronimo, No Filter, Mrs. No Filter, and Mr. No Filter. We got all the orders. We got a lot of different sizes. Just let us know what you need.
Hell yeah. Like Geronimo was saying, man, thank you to everybody for listening. If you got some topics you want to bring up, you can reach out to either one of us, or you can email them to the nofilterfamily@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with y'all. I shout outs to Melanie and for talking for the first time, because she's always like, I won't. And for Mrs. Sweeney for actually showing her face.
Yeah.
That was cool. You know,
Feel like we're in Uber Soca right now.
I don't know what that's like, so I can't speak on it. But no, just shout out to everybody else. You know, not saying I taking anything away from Joy or anybody else who rocks with us on a regular basis, but just thanks a lot for because it shows that y'all are becoming more comfortable with us, the show, the crowd, and we appreciate that. What's going on, Madushi? I see your shoulders painted.
She look like she ready to drink.
It looked like she's already been drinking. With that being said, let's wrap this up the proper way. Our motto: anybody can piss on the floor. If you want to impress us, you got to shit on the ceiling. Let's switch to After Dark. Y'all be easy. Geronimo.
I love you.